Check. A very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you all had a pleasant, refreshing lunch. As we now move on into the next segment of this international conclave, we are delighted to bring you a conversation at the intersection of artificial intelligence and finance technology, two powerful forces that are redefining the way our financial world operates. Our next section is panel discussion 2, centered around the theme the autonomous finance era. As financial services continue to evolve, artificial intelligence is moving beyond automation and towards intelligent decision making. From generative AI and fraud detection to risk analytics, credit scoring, AI governance, and responsible AI, the possibilities are immense, but so are the responsibilities that come with them. It is my pleasure to welcome our distinguished moderator for today's session, Ms. Sangeeta Bala, founder and CEO of ThinkInfinity. We are equally delighted to have with us our distinguished panelists, Mr. Nathan, Equitas Bank, Mr. Avinash Khan, Senior Director, AI PayPal, and Mr. Satyanarayan Chandrasekaran, CISO Sundaram Home Finance Limited, and Mr. Venugopal, CISO Cholamandalam. We look forward to an insightful and thought-provoking conversation. Before that, let's see an AV of them.
Ms. Sangeeta Bala is a visionary technology leader and entrepreneur with over 22 years of experience, including 15 years in MNCs and GCCs. As the founder and CEO of ThinkInfinity Technology and Consulting, she leads digital transformation and innovation initiatives that create meaningful business impact. An award-winning entrepreneur, Ms. Sangeeta is passionate about technology, creativity, and empowering organizations to build a smarter, more innovative future. Avichi College proudly welcomes Ms. Sangeeta Bala to the first edition of the International Fintech Conclave 2026. Meet Mr. Nathan NV, a distinguished cybersecurity and information security leader, with expertise in governance, risk management, compliance, and cyber resilience. With globally recognized certifications including CISA, CISSP, CRISC, CHE, and ISO 27001 lead auditor, he brings a wealth of knowledge and industry experience in securing today's evolving digital landscape. His insights on cybersecurity, digital trust, and emerging fintech risks will add immense value to this prestigious gathering. Avichi College proudly welcomes Mr. Nathan NV to the first edition of the International Fintech Conclave 2026. Mr. Avinash Khan is Senior Director of AI Strategy at PayPal, where he leads AI strategy and engineering across customer-facing and internal platforms. His expertise spans agentic AI, AI transformation, payment reliability, and trusted, explainable AI for financial systems. A first principles leader, Avinash focuses on turning AI innovation into measurable business impact and shaping the future of AI-native enterprises. Avichi College proudly welcomes Mr. Avinash Khan to the first edition of the International Fintech Conclave 2026. Mr. Sathya Narayanan Chandrasekaran, a seasoned cybersecurity and risk management professional, currently serving as CISO and ISACA leader at Sundaram Home Finance Limited. With expertise in cybersecurity strategy, governance, RBI and NHB compliance, security operations, incident response, data protection, and business continuity, he brings extensive experience in strengthening digital trust and organizational resilience. Avichi College proudly welcomes Mr. Sathya Narayanan Chandrasekaran to the first edition of the International Fintech Conclave 2026. Mr. Venugopal, Chief Information Security Officer at Cholamandalam Investment and Finance Company Limited. With over 29 years of experience, he is a distinguished cybersecurity leader driving enterprise security, zero trust, AI security, cyber resilience, and regulatory governance. His expertise continues to strengthen secure, trusted, and future-ready digital enterprises. Avichi College proudly welcomes Mr. Venugopal to the first edition of the International Fintech Conclave 2026.
And now, the moment we have been looking forward to. May I request our distinguished moderator and esteemed panelists to kindly join us on the stage to take their places for the session. May I first invite Ms. Sangeeta Bala ma'am onto the stage. Followed by Mr. Nathan, Mr. Avinash Khan, Mr. Satyanarayanan Chandrasekaran, and Mr. Venugopal to join us onto the stage.
Check.
Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together and give our moderator and panelists a warm round of applause. With that, I now have the pleasure of handing over the session to our moderator, Ms. Sangeeta Bala, to lead us through what promises to be a fascinating discussion on the future of AI and fintech. Over to you, ma'am.
Vanakkam and a very good afternoon to everyone. We are at a fascinating inflection point in financial services. For over the last decades, if you look at digitalizing the financial services, it was more about taking processes that traditionally required branches, paperwork, human intervention, and physical infrastructure and making them digital. Then came AI. First, we started with analytics, then came machine learning, then agentic AI and Gen AI now. But the next transition could be much more profound. We are moving from AI that assists human to the AI that can reason, that can recommend, decide, act, and continuously learning with limited boundaries. That's what means the autonomous finance era. Imagine a financial system that can detect unusual transaction, assess the risk, investigate the customer's behavioral pattern, determine the appropriate response, initiate an action, document the rationale, and escalate to the human only when necessary. Imagining a lending system that continuously understands customers' behavior rather than periodically checking credit score. Imagine a fraudulent system that not only trigger fraud alerts, but also able to assess the network of fraud activities and able to stop them. So the question is no longer, can we do AI? It's more about, should we do AI? And if so, how and what is the, under what conditions? And the most important question is, yes, again, should we do AI and how it is? And then brings us that central tension about autonomous finance. Financial services runs on three things: trust, risk, accountability. And AI can dramatically improve speed, intelligence, and personalization. But autonomy also introduces the question of how far AI can own the accountability. It is more about dealing with a human's identity, money and their financial future? Can AI take the accountability? So surrounding with all these kind of questions in mind, we have our great panel, a panel who is specialized from cybersecurity and risk background alongside an AI strategy expert. I welcome our panelists. Let's start with a quick introduction, a 60-second introduction of the panelist.
Hey, good afternoon, all. Thank you so much for inviting to this, giving this opportunity. I am Northern heading Information Security, Equity Small Finance Bank in this industry for more than 3 decades, especially in the information cybersecurity for more than 2 decades. And seen the ups and downs, starting from the automation to RPA to now the AI. So whatever the cases that we started with, pure manual to automation, total branch automation. From there to core banking, and then the channels of ATM, the internet banking, and then the mobile banking that you have at this point in time, to the automation world, to the AI world. Thank you so much. I'll leave it to the.
Thank you, sir. Good afternoon, and thank you for having us after lunch, because most of the time we start feeling sleepy. So appreciate everyone. I'm Avinash, and I'm a Senior Director AI Strategy at PayPal. And primarily, I focus upon a couple of things. The first being, like Sangeeta mentioned, is that what should be the role of AI in an organization? And second is, once you have decided that, how do you execute that in order to have the maximum ROI of every token or every dollar you spend upon it? So been a good journey in PayPal for last 9 years, in Chennai for last 9 years. So yeah, that's about me.
Thank you. Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Good to see the students sitting here and then eagerly waiting to learn a lot of things on banking and financial sector. So my name is Satyanarayan. I come from Sundaram Group. I'm a CISO there. I've with them for almost 23 years, and I've seen a lot of technology transformations in Sundaram, and then been part of that, and then came into cybersecurity domain, and then now running a risk and then cybersecurity for them. So the banking and financial sector is a targeted sector in India. So a lot of things are happening around, and the way we interact with financial system is completely changing. So we are going to discuss about all those things now. So that's about me. Thank you.
Thank you, Satyan. My name is Venugopal. I'm again in the industry for the last 3 decades. Again, seen from the DOS, operating systems to what we see today, the advanced AI and technologies. When it comes to my professional, I'm a CISO at Cholamandalam, but in my heart, I'm still a student from learning new technologies. I'm very excited to be part of this AI journey as well. I'm also working on various, working and interacting with a lot of researchers and professionals who are actually working on AI part. How the traditional way of looking security has been transformed after we imbibe AI part. So I have written a few, sort of articles and other things as well. And I would like to put across some of my thoughts around this as we progress in the conversation. Thank you. It's a pleasure to meet you, and very proud to be part of this panel. Thank you.
Thank you, panelists, for the crisp introduction. And I'm Sangeeta Bala. I'm the founder CEO of a company called ThinkInfinity Technology. We are an AI-first organization focusing on solving complex business problems using intelligent software, data, AI, and automation. I have about 23 years of experience in the technology industry. I worked with banks like Citi, Royal Bank of Scotland, Stanchart, and Barclays. I was VP at Barclays, heading risk and analytics for technology. So my entire experience is spread across banking and financial services on the technology side in various management roles. I'm thrilled to be the moderator for this panel. Now, getting back to the panel, so this conversation is not simply about the possibilities of AI. It's about the permission architecture of AI, the technology, the governance, cybersecurity, and human oversight required to make autonomous finance trustworthy. Let's begin with the very first question to Mr. Avinash. So we have moved from analytics AI to Gen AI and to the agentic AI. So what does autonomous finance mean practically to you? And what changes will AI make from generating recommendations to taking actions?
Couple of things. If you look at it, right, even in the analytics world, the AI is evolving too much right now. The number of startup in this domain itself is so huge and so much potential in this, and you can name there few, in fact, IPO around it also, right? But if you look at the what analytics taught us in the past was what has happened in the business. Then we moved to the generative AI, where people were asking questions and we're getting the assistance from the LLM, large language model, to actually answer those questions. What agents have done is that not only they answer question, they take a decision and then they take an action on the basis of it, right? So yes, when you take an action, who approves those action? What are the controls or the guardrails or the boundaries you have put on that, right? So in the finance domain, and I think most of the panelists will talk about it, right? What, and we were also talking, in a finance, $1 is always equal to $1, or 1 rupees is always equal to 1 rupees. There is no margin of an error, because even a 1 bips or 1% will impact your PNL so much that the company has to pay for it. So the agentic AI, the responsibility of the people handling those agents will grow tremendously, very, very high. That's how the industry is actually changing.
Thank you. That's brilliant. My next question is to Mr. Satyanarayana. So I think you have been in the traditional banking side and now to the AI side of banking. So banks and financial institutions have historically operated on the human in the loop model. So do you see the future becoming so human in the loop, human on the loop to human out of the loop? Where should the boundary be?
See, the finance sector is for the humans. So definitely the human in the loop has to be there. So traditionally, if you have seen, am I audible? Yeah. Okay. Traditionally, if you see, the banking system revolves around human. We need a personal touch there. So every relationship is built based on personal touch. Now with the digital media coming in, so how are we going to give that physical touch to the people and then bring out trust in them? So this is something that people have been thinking in the financial sector for a long time. Okay. Now with the AI coming in and automating a lot of things, so human in the loop is now becoming human on the loop. So AI will give decisions, okay, but the human has to see that and then reason it how the AI is given that decision and then take it forward in doing a financial transaction, whether to approve it or not to approve it. But human out of the loop. So I don't think that in the financial sector, human out of the loop is possible, except for a case where you can do a 30-second loan, like 10 seconds loans, and all those things. Even in those cases, after we take a loan, because of urgency, we take a loan. Post that, 3 months down the line, we would start thinking that no, if there was somebody whom I can discuss, I would have reduced that rate of interest. So definitely, the boundary has to be there. It can be human on the loop, and it's not human out of the loop.
All right. So would you mind sharing some interesting anecdote, something on this for the benefit of the students?
See, I can share one real incident which has happened. In fact, I was discussing with the peers when we were having lunch. So I wear this badge, right? It's for Sundaram Finance. It means tradition, values, trust that we bring in. In fact, this has got a deal for us because of a personal touch we had. So you want me to explain that? Can I go ahead? Yeah. So we met a customer who was who wanted to buy a house and then wanted to go for a loan. I am not naming the competitor who was along with us. So one is sure, Sundaram Home Finance was there. So we were actually submitting our proposal to the customer and then wanted to understand and then explain him what is that he actually wants. And we were sitting in his office and then explaining, and it was three and a half hour discussion. And even the other person, the competitor, was also offering the loan proposal to them. And then we took 1.5 hours in explaining all those things. Customer was negotiating on the rate. We said, this is what we can go. We cannot go below this. The other competitor was able to go down and then offer rate for him. Then the discussion is over. Now customer is to decide. So then he asked both the people to come inside for a final decision, and we were sitting across and then having a discussion with them. And then customer said, I'll go with Sundaram Finance. The simple reason he said is, you value your brand, you keep your brand near your heart. Not the other guy is putting his ID card below. So this is the value that you give to your organization. Though it's a bit costlier, because of your relationship, the personal touch that you are giving, and the respect that you give to your brand, I'm going with you.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that's useful. And to Mr. Nathan.
Yeah.
So banks have millions of customers and interactions happening day in, day out. Like, say, how many accounts we open in a day, sir, roughly?
It goes in thousands nowadays.
Thousands, maybe some 8,000 to 10,000.
8,000, 10,000 per day.
10,000 accounts. Okay. So there will be a lot of, unusual transactions happening. And could AI eventually move from detecting fraud to autonomously, investigate and stopping fraud by itself? If so, where would be the human intervention still insist?
Okay, fantastic question. So we will break them into few parts. One is this unusual transaction which are happening. What is unusual transaction? Say for an example, a person like Nathan who earns some money and then gets the salary on 1st of every month and spend on a particular pattern, some EMI, rent, utility bills, all of them. This is a usual transaction. If Nathan is going and spending in golden ornaments or electronics in few thousands in a particular month, it's unusual suspected transaction, right? Do you agree with me? Normally you come to college with a particular pattern, and if your pattern changes, your parents should identify. They will identify. Don't worry about it. So there is an unusual behavioral pattern which will make sure that these are identified transaction which needs to be cautiously identified and inquired. That's the first step, right? Will AI be able to do that? That's the question. Beautifully, AI is all built based on the models, right? Machine learning algorithms, which then convert into AI based on the patterns and then the CNNs of the world, right? So we have all of them. So they will be able to identify the unusual transactions. It may be suspicious transaction, it may be fraudulent transaction, but then it is a unusual transaction. The pattern will be identified by AI beautifully. It has a mathematical model. The person who was talking about the max, right? That particular model is going to help you to identify this kind of unusual transactions. If I am a person who is not spending in a particular pattern, then it will identify and alert me. There are fraud risk management solutions available which are AI assisted at this point in time, which identify this. Number one. If so, the second part of the question, right? If so, will you be able to go ahead and do this automatically, autonomously? Autonomous is different from automatic. Let's understand a little bit more about it. Automatic is just automating using the algorithm. I have a set of rules. I will write those rules in the piece of code that will automate the routine works, the cookie cutting jobs, idli factory. That's it, nothing beyond it. Automation. That happened in 1990s. When we had the lunch, people were talking about that automation also. That happened in 1990s. Autonomous is based on the past behavior, data analytics, and future predictions. If I am able to make the decision, there comes an autonomous value. Actual characteristic of autonomous is about prediction and then taking the decision on behalf of the person itself, human itself. That's autonomous. Yes, at this point in time, the fraud risk management solutions available in the market and used by the banks and then the other financial, the organizations, they have the capability of autonomous decision making fraud detection. Fantastic. Right now, it's beautiful. But then if I am going to stop or allow a transaction, it is going to impact a particular customer, right? If I'm allowing a fraudulent transaction, it is going to impact you. If I am stopping a genuine transaction, it is creating a more impact to you. So how do I make sure the human in the loop is going to help in this? So within this pattern, You have the z-scale value, factors, all of them you study in your mathematics, right? So those factors will help you to identify what are all the transactions or the conversations which are beyond the boundaries, outliers. If I have the outliers and if I can involve the human at right point in time, then it will help to take the decisions. That's a human in the loop, right? So that's one thing. And then you talked about where do I really have in the practical scenario. If you are giving a check to your builder for a construction, it's a huge amount that you are going to give as a check. But it is not the normal way that you do in your life. Every month you don't do that. It's an occasional thing, but then it goes to the builder. So these kind of things will be identified, it will be evaluated, and then put it as an outlier, and the human will take a decision so that that particular genuine transaction will be passed without questioning you. So you will have a genuine transaction. At the same time, if there is a fraudulent transaction happening in part of this country or part of the world where you don't have never visited, at the same time you are now sitting in Chennai, the transaction is happening from X part of the world, that will also identify and say that no, Northern cannot be that particular, have initiated the transaction, because I know Northern had done a transaction this morning from T Nagar. There is no possibility he would have fly to some thousands of kilometers from here and do this transaction. So it should not be Northern. So it can also block those transactions. Somewhere, if it has a kind of chaos, then the human in the loop helps.
Fantastic. Just to put it in a single word, autonomous doesn't mean unaccountable. Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah, fine, great. To Mr. Venugopalan. So, yeah, this is maybe an extension to what Mr. Nathan has explained. Financial institutions deal with a different, risk landscape. So, being this AI is influencing every activity in a bank, right from lending, customer decisions, collections, and everything. How do you balance AI-driven efficiency with the principle that a customer should not become a victim of an algorithm-driven decision? Because most of the time we see the AI decisions are based out of algorithm, and that should not be, that cannot be a reason for the customer to become the victim. Yeah.
Absolutely. And you rightly put, it is an extension to what Mr. Nathan had mentioned. And let me probably start one thing. Earlier, as a CISO, I used to, or we all used to, protect the systems, right? Organization systems against attackers and threats. Now we are not only protecting the systems, but we are also protecting the intent and the decisions made by AIs, right? So that the shift in the role itself, which means every business transactions, every made with respect to fraud detection, made with respect to efficiency of loan underwriting or loan processing or any other business processes, has gone into three aspects. One, it has gone from efficiency, had been tremendously improved. The second, in terms of the speed, right? Now, earlier we were able to, with the manual way or even traditional technology, we are able to handle this much of data. Now we are able to voluminous of the data which we using AI it can handle is much bigger, and the decisions can be taken. So the decision is the other part where autonomy will come into picture, right? So when it comes to AI-based cybersecurity protection, at the same time enabling efficiency of the organizations, we need to take a risk balance approach. That's the key element here. So typically when it comes to, let's say, any kind of transactions or AI-based transactions, there will be a kind of agent or some sort of an identity will be used, which is part of the software, which is detecting, understanding the particular business process, understanding the data it handles, infer, basically certain decisions have been taken, and act on it. And all these elements are part of the CAA triad, right? You have a confidentiality part of element into it, integrity part of the data element into it, and availability part in terms of executions are there, right? So the systems need to be available. The only part which is missing in the whole game is about the abusive part, the misuse of the autonomy or misuse of the authority of the AI part. Now, how do we track it when it comes to a business transaction like a banking transaction or a lending transactions is the key element here. So how do we actually have a human in the loop, as Mr. Nathan was mentioning? How do we predict the intent of the AI? For example, it is consuming certain data and it is taking certain inferences and doing certain actions. At what stage of the entire or the process the decision will be taken? A human in the loop will come into picture and take a, let's say this is going beyond a drift. There's a drift in decisions that are happening, so we need to put a stop to it. So today's AI has not yet moved into in a banking sector. I'm saying, as all my panelists were mentioning, the AI for high value transactions, we, especially when it comes to a bulk loan approvals or a bulk transaction approvals, there will be a human in the loop. There will be low volume transactions based on the risk appetite. There could be certain autonomy can be brought in. So that's the balance which we are trying to bring in.
That's fantastic. Now we'll move on to one common question to all the panelists. This is about cyber security, because we see technology keep growing. The risk landscape is also keep evolving. So this 1 hour session is not enough to speak about cyber security. So in the traditional banking, traditionally, if you look at cyber security, it's more about securing identity, data, applications, and infrastructure. Now with the autonomous finance, what should now we think about securing?
That's a wonderful question, and it was raised at the right moment, and people have spoken about autonomous left, right, and center. So, and we all talk about autonomous, everything become automatic. See, like 20 years back, we were doing manual ledgers, right? Then we brought in system where posting were happening on the system. That was called automation, right? Now that is gone. That is even now called manual. So they want something which can automatically happen. If I bring in a money and place it on a table, it should get into the account. It is something that people wanted like that. So when I have to do something like that, then definitely AI is the solution. And the best part that we need to do, or the security aspects that we need to consider, is on the decisioning layer. What decisions this AI is doing, that is very important. So that's where the cybersecurity is moving, putting a guardrail on what goes into prompt, whatever prompts that goes in. So putting a guardrail and then securing the decision is what is very important in this age.
I think, thanks, Satya. A couple of things here to add a little bit more perspective. There can be two aspects in a finance. One is the company using the AI. The second one is a consumer using the AI. What we are right now talking, most of the cases where the companies like Chola or Sundram or all the banking and financial world actually using AI to make a decision. We never thought about a consumer using AI to apply for the loan, which is a very different game altogether. Then how does the company really understand whether the person who is applying for the role is an actual human being or not? Now the bot, trying to capture the bots, the company have become expert into, right? But we still don't know how the agent will behave, because agent can mimic any of the human being, right? So a couple of things to think about from that perspective. I think when Gopal sir actually told about this, system risk becomes very, very important. The second, I think Satya talked about it. Even at a prompt level, we need to really see if there is a prompt injection. We have seen so many cases where the prompts have been corrupted by the malicious organization across the world. If you are using the LLM, we need to actually capture and see if the weights are not corrupted, because someone can go into the open source LLM and change the weight, which can change the decision that LLM will take, right? So all three things, the first one LLM, the second one is the agent, third one is the prompt, that needs to be secured enough. And most important part, I think we talked about it, who is delegating that agent to take a decision, that needs to be controlled, because not everyone knows how the agent operates. So in my personal view, the accountability becomes tenfold when the person is actually authorizing any agents to take an action for the consumer or for the people.
Thank you. To add on, the AI to marry AI and security. That was a question all about, right? AI for security, AI by security. We can talk in two languages, but I'm going to talk a little bit more about the AI for security. So when you have a AI agent in your organization or used by the consumer, as Mr. Avinash was saying, there are few actions that will be taken by AI. And then you should be in a position to trace back. The traceability should be there to understand on what basis the AI took the decision. It should be demonstrable. Otherwise, it will become a bigger problem over the period of time. The reason in the past, in the world, it had happened already. AI agent took only the resume of male candidates. It avoided the female candidates. It was the news, right? We know that. Why? The model was trained in such a way that it avoided the female candidates for whatever reason that we do not know. So the explainability is more important. Now we told that it would select only the male candidates. So easy way to assassinate a human being is to do the slow poison. Likewise, if you want to kill the AI or that AI agent, do the model poisoning, do the data poisoning. That's it. When it get trained itself, poison it. So it will make decisions which is completely against this humankind. So be careful. This data poisoning and then the model poisoning are the things that has to be taken care. The security of AI I'm talking about, right? And then hallucination. Over the period of time, it picks up lot of information from the available data, and then the data set that it got trained, and it assumes it knows everything. And then the way of continuous learning from the questions and the prompts, it thinks that it can answer all the answers, right? It can give all the answers. So it hallucinates something which is not existing and gives an answer which is as if it is existing. So this hallucination will become a more problem because we are more addicted to the usage of AI by one way or other. We believe AI than the humans at this point in time. To be very honest, it could be a brutal truth, but that's honest answer, right? The AI for security should be built in such a way the organizations, individuals across the world, the countries should go ahead on the explainability, trustworthiness, also the against the bias and the hallucinations. We can talk about the technology things like prompt engineering, how to stop them, all of them. But then theoretically, these are all very important things to when you build up AI.
Thank you. That's fantastic. And from the other side, from the customer side, so how do we leverage AI in a very secured way? Maybe, from a common man perspective, we would like to hear.
Couple of things. I mean, in a very secure way, I always believe that never share your personal, what we call PII data, and the expert can talk about it before sharing any of your financial information. Make sure that I do share, so I don't know. But yes, the PI data, your health data, because that AI is taking your data to actually train themselves for their future model, right? Are people sharing those kind of information? For sure. Like I said, and I wanted to admit, I share my financial information because I really wanted to understand how am I doing as a person in my daily expenses, right? But to use any AI tool which is available on the internet, please don't. Okay, because you never know what bugs, what API, what proxy, what kind of data it is pulling out of your system. The controlled AI may be coming from Frontier Labs or coming from the known company. At least some places you can trust, not 100%, but some places you can trust. But if you just go and find an AI company and just go and share all your data with them, it's dangerous. That's the way I will put it.
So one question to the audience. So I'm sure everybody will be using ChatGPT or any other AI tool. So how many of you have gone into the settings and kept your personalized settings configured? Anybody, or just directly log into the ChatGPT and using it? Have anybody personalized your settings? Yes. Otherwise, I'm. So otherwise, as he mentioned, your data will be used for the training purpose. So you need to be very careful. So for that is the purpose of this question. Thank you.
I
Yeah.
have a add on to that. So, if you guys are using ChatGPT, Gemini, or any other AI tool, just go to that tool and then ask a question to AI. What do you know about me? So you will get surprised that even your parents doesn't know certain capabilities that you had. This AI tool will tell you.
Exactly. Yeah.
And instead of asking whether you have set your privacies off in your AI tool, I'll ask you a simple question: how many of you have disabled in WhatsApp that unknown person should not add you in a group? This is not AI. So there exists few people are there. So I think this is what privacy means. So we also have to understand what is privacy before we get into AI.
Fantastic point. Yeah. So yes, sir.
Yeah, just one part. This is something which practically I experienced. I was using one AI for my, more of an analytical purpose. The other AI for developing, some solutions and all. So where the moment the other AI installed it, it started asking, do you wanted to import the data from the previous AI? And I explicitly said no. I want, because my use case is different, my purpose is different. One for developing something, the other one is basically to do the analytical activity because I have a lot of data which I wanted to do it. But to my surprise, within 2 days of using the second AI, it started learning it automatically without giving any kind of a permission. It is able to import the specific files because end of the day it is within the same operating system. It is able to read those particular files and able to give me a profile. And when you have an option incidentally that you have within the that AI, you have about me as a file itself. I have not written so much in my LinkedIn also. There's so much of information has been written about me where the purpose is entirely different. So don't trust that.
Brilliant. Thank you. So one not really final question, yeah, but we will choose to answer in 30 seconds. You had to choose one thing that must never become autonomous, what it would be and why. 30 seconds, yeah.
So again, from a risk standpoint, I would say anything which is actually high value. Before that, let me put it this way. If your AI action or AI decisions have a high consequence, you should be able to, have a high explainability, and you should be able to high authority, right? Authority checking, not really authority. What I meant to say is that you need to have more clearances to be given to that AI to take that high impactful actions.
Okay,
So any actions when you're actually giving, especially when it comes to in banking, some credit decisions being taken, that decisions will be very careful. I will not put it under that category. So if it is high, medium, low, I'll try to categorize the particular consequences. And if at all I have to make certain high consequent actions, then explainability, there should be a model card with that AI. AI should come with a model card which clearly say this are the activities it will do, and these are the decisions it can take, and these are the tools it will use to take that decisions. So this is one
it's not just action, there should be a proper reasoning as well. Yeah.
I would like to answer that in two ways. So one, if it is for a BFSI sector, I go with what Mr. Venugopal has said. So anything related to regulatory aspects, anything on compliance or anything on risk cannot be automated, cannot be autonomous. There has to be a human decision, and we have to reason it. Okay. If it is in a general life, I would say something related to processing of food. I don't want that to get autonomized.
Okay.
I think little to add here, but from my own perspective, I don't want ever the taste and judgment to be ever automated, which generally belongs to the human race. I feel that this is personal to us, and no AI should take. Though we work in that domain, this is very personal.
Brilliant. Yeah. Thank you.
On the later moment, the morning coffee, I want to get it from me, from my mom or my wife. No AI, from no AI.
No AI agent. Yeah.
No, I can't have. So, what's the thesis behind this? If there is a human touch wherever required, I don't want AI. So, when you go and visit your family doctor, and then you get that feel, right? So, by just seeing him and then giving some consultations, you get that out of the disease automatically, where there is a human touch. When you go for a bank in case of a need, and then the person sitting there will talk about something and then inquire about you, the human touch. When you go to somewhere where you want to really be, figured out, there you have a human touch and value. There I don't want the AI.
That's amazing. So yeah, fine. Thank you, everyone. And one last question. I'm going to add two angles to it. We see a lot of aspiring finance students over here. So what would be your one advice for the upcoming, students who want to excel in the finance domain? And number two is AI versus human. It's always a question there. Does AI is a threat? And for the students, especially in the AI world, what would be your advice? How do we balance AI with human? A crisp 30 seconds answer from all of us. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Couple of things. I think keep it simple and be curious. The importance of AI is that what will differentiate anyone from you is the kind of question you will ask. Make sure you write it on a pen and paper before even writing any keyboard stroke. Once you do that, you will be a much wiser person. Trust me. What AI will take from all of us in a long run, if we don't do that, is our ability to think. And unless and until you give up saying that every part of my life is controlled by AI, there is a high chances that we all will become a victim of it. So use pen and paper, like she's using. Okay, appreciate that, right? So make sure that in every thing which you want to learn from AI, the first page of that is written by you in black and white on a white piece of paper.
So that was one point, as Mr. Avinash said. So if you want to have a clear thought, you have to put it down in writing, and then the pencil or a pen, you can try pencil so that you can erase and rewrite. So pen, once you make a mistake, you cannot correct it. So use pencil and paper, black and white, to make whatever decision that you want. And as an aspiring financial students, one thing that I would like to tell you guys are, you all excel in academics. So when you come to employment, there are a lot of things that comes place there. So it is practicality. How do we approach a practical problem? A customer who is sitting in front of you is carrying too much of emotion. He wants a financial assistance. So how do you handle that emotion when you sit in front of a customer? So your employability becomes questionable there. So how do you handle that emotional reactions that customer is going to give? Second thing is on the regulatory aspects. There are a lot of compliance aspects that's revolve around in our society. So you hear about a lot of news that banks getting penalized in lakhs and crores for certain wrongdoings. So you should be aware of what is that regulatory readiness that you should be aware, so that you can face interviews easily.
Just one part, or rather two angles to it. One, from a domain understanding, from being in a finance sector, you should have a good understanding on the industry, how it is working, be it with respect to BFSI sector, anything in the finance sector, BFSI industry, how it operates, insurance industry, how it operates, and what are the possible use cases for AI. That's what something we've been discussing, right? The use cases is the key here. That understanding, you should have it before you step into that zone. The other part, from a personal standpoint, my advice is like this. Now, whatever we've been seeing today in terms of number of your knowledge or information, everything can be retrieved from AI. It's no more the same story. The only thing which you should be, you should not be brain rotten, and what you should be careful is that don't be addicted to AI just like you are addicted to, or many of the students are addicted to social medias, right? So you should clearly know the barrier where we are actually using AI, where we are not supposed to use AI. I would say a use case for AI should be that if you have a large chunk of data, a lot of permutation combination activities need to be done from a volume standpoint, use AI. Otherwise, use a pen and paper and then start, put your brain there and then start innovating.
Finance is extraordinary domain. It's more than what you are studying. It's more than the trial balance, P&L, or the profit and loss account, or the cash flows. Absolutely, guys. Believe me, it's more than that. The finance has a lot of personal touch. So you know better than anybody else, and then put together all your mentors here, your professors here. If their experience, if you count, it's more than 100 years, right? Or 200 years probably. You have that opportunity of learning from those great people, and then please cultivate the habit of reading. That will help you to take it to the next level in the finance. Number one. Number two, is AI a threat? That was a question. No, AI is not a threat. It's an opportunity for you. So sitting on this dais, put together, there is 70 years of experience. The mentors years, the professors years, if you add, there are more than 200, 300 years of experience. Whatever we learned in this 200 years, you are learning in 3 years because of the technology, right? The AI is going to help you or give you an opportunity to learn more, and then innovate more. So AI is going to be an opportunity, not a threat at all. That's my word.
That's fantastic. Well, we are at the end of the panel today. If there is one thing I would take away from this conversation is the autonomous finance era is here. The question is how intelligently and responsibly we will build AI. Autonomous doesn't mean have to be, unaccountable. So I see a lot of people using AI as a relationship. Like I have dealt with a lot of youngsters. They started looking at AI as a relationship rather looking at it like a relationship, like a boyfriend girlfriend. Start looking at it as a tool. Use it whenever when and where, how it is required. So that's how it is. Thank you to the panelists, and thank you everyone for being part of this conversation.
Thank you. Check. Thank you, ma'am, for steering such an insightful discussion. We will now proceed with the felicitation of our esteemed guests. I request the moderator and panelists to stay on to the stage. May I respectfully invite our principal, Dr. N. Bhuma, ma'am, along with the direct conclave directors, Mr. N. Ramkumar, sir, to kindly join us for the felicitation. May I first invite our moderator, Ms. Sangeeta Bala, founder and CEO of Think Infinity, to kindly come forward and receive the felicitation.
Screen time na build time மாத்தி காட்டுறேன். இந்த 100 மணி நேரத்துல
May I now invite Mr. Nathan, Equitas Bank, to kindly come forward. May I now invite Mr. Avinash Khan, Senior Director AI PayPal, to kindly come forward. May I now invite Mr. Satyanarayan Chandrasekharan, CISO Sundram Home Finance Limited, to kindly come forward. May I now invite Mr. Satyanarayan Chandrasekharan, CISO, Sundram Home Finance Unlimited, to kindly come forward. And finally, may I now invite Mr. Venugopal, CISO Cholamandalam, to kindly come forward. And finally, may I now invite Mr. Venugopal, CISO Cholamandalam, to kindly come forward. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Kindly take your seats off the dais. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me once again in expressing our heartfelt gratitude to our distinguished moderator and panelists for being a part of this international conclave and for making this session truly insightful and enriching. Thank you everyone for your enthusiastic participation. With that, we conclude panel discussion 2 on the autonomous finance era. And now, as we continue our exploration of how technology is reshaping the financial landscape, let us move on to a more intimate and engaging format of conversation. Ladies and gentlemen, we now move into our fireside chat centered around the thought-provoking theme, rethinking trust, AI automation, and the new phase of lending. To begin, we invite you to take a moment to know more about our distinguished guest, Mr. Vijay, founder of GoldPay AI. May I request the AV team to play the introduction AV.
Mr. Vijay Rajagopalan, an accomplished entrepreneur, innovator, and patent holder, and founder and CEO of GoldPay AI. With expertise in fintech and technology, he is pioneering innovation in asset-backed lending. He is the inventor of GoldPay, an AI-driven automated pawn machine transforming the gold loan experience through smart technology and automation. His journey reflects innovation, persistence, and entrepreneurship. Avichi College proudly welcomes Mr. Vijay Rajagopalan to the first edition of the International Fintech Conclave 2026.
It is now my pleasure to invite Mr. Vijay, founder of GoldPay AI, to join us onto the stage for this insightful conversation. And joining him as the moderator for this fireside chat, we have Ms. Sangamitra from the Department of Computer Science with Data Science, who will be steering this engaging conversation. May I invite Mr. Vijay and Ms. Sangamitra to kindly take the stage.
Check. Hari Om and good afternoon to each and everyone present here. I'm Shangamitra, the moderator for today's session. And joining with us, we have Mr. Vijay Rajagopalan, founder and CEO of Shreyas Software Private Limited and the inventor of GoalPay AI. So, sir, starting right away from your journey story, because if I'm a student, I want to develop a project or a product, I would look for some problem. It could be agricultural, education, or society. What experience or the moment which made you think, oh my God, this should be solved? Please walk us through your journey, sir.
Okay, good. Thank you, Sangamitra. Thank you, Avichi College. To begin with, I wanted to tell you one thing. My IT career or my IT education started only with this Vadapalli. 1997, I had my computer education from this Avichi classrooms only. I don't know, most of the people will know, and a certain new generation, they doesn't know. So that I'm very proud that I'm sitting here in front of these college students, and I wanted to address this. And to answer your question, this lately started in 2006. Actually, I'm a victim for this, a gold loan actually. In 2006, when I actually went to the bank to reimburse my gold ornament, which is just only 12 grams of gold ornament. That seems to be when I redeeming process, when I just saw that it is a spurious gold which has been given back to me. After a huge struggle of more than 3 months, I got to found that the appraiser who was actually working in the bank, he actually interchanged the packet and he has given me the ornament back. That triggered me a lot, so that we have already stepped into an computer generation, but gold loans is a sector which is actually left out sector, which is not actually automated or automation or anything is being done. Still, that human touch is actually happening here. That is actually triggering to leading to a scam ratios, which is exorbitantly very high. Most of the people who is already there in the industry, they knows about the gold loan scams, how big it is actually. This is the reason behind it.
That's good to hear that you solved your own problem. What inspired you for the name GoalPay and what it represents? What's the vision behind it?
Okay, that's a very nice question. Actually, the name, actually, I didn't choose it. Most of the people knows Mr. Suresh Sambandam, Kissflow CEO, right? When I went to meet Mr. Suresh Sambandam, the initial name, what I kept was completely different. He is a person, just like he said, Vijay, don't keep these names, man. Just put GoalPay. That seems to be very catchy. I thought, okay, such a big person, he is actually contributing some good name to my company. Why can't I use it? It's simple.
Yes, so for decades and decades, the traditional way of testing the gold quality is we will meet the human appraisers. They would scratch it and use some acid to test the gold quality. How does this machine test? What is the system architecture, and how did you convince the people, especially the illiterates? They won't understand this AI things, techniques, and all. How do you convince them?
Yeah, you have a right question here. See, a traditional method is always very good. I'm not denying on it. I personally accept that traditional method also, but the basic problem here it is happening is due to the current market rate where gold is actually appraising on day-to-day basis. Any single milligram of ornament it is being lost by the public, it is going to be creating an impact for the countries also. That's going to be the first point. Second point, we cannot actually ask them to use the machine. Machine has to be in a way that it is easy for the consumers to use. The similar way only we have designed it actually. Where conventionally, if you see our machine, the customer will not do anything. They just need to type their Aadhaar details and just mobile number. The rest, gold has to be kept inside the machine. Rest everything will be processed in front of their own eyes actually. So that the conventional type also will be there, and the emotional connect also will be there. Considering if the gold has been scratched in front of the customer, the emotional way, they feel my milligram of gold is actually missing out. I will tell you a very beautiful example. In 2024, there is a very big gold loan company. It's a very known gold loan company. We kept our mission for a POC in Thanambed branch. There is a lady, every day, evening 5 o'clock, she is a seller. She used to come to the branch and she used to bring only 2 to 4 grams of earring. Daily, the appraiser used to scratch it and she used to test it. Just 4 grams. Just for her daily purchases, she used to take it. She pledges it. Next day, she used to redeem it. Just imagine daily 4 grams of that ornament she is scratching means how much milligrams she used to waste it. That is also wide important point I just took into consideration, and that also we used it in our technology.
And for Indians, especially South Indians, the gold are something emotional assets for them. So, what are the security factors which you assure them that ensure the gold is safe?
Okay, see, as I said before, the gold is being tested in front of their own eyes. It's going to be transparent over the cameras are there and the monitors, they can able to see it properly over there. And including the packaging which is happening within the machine also can be seen by the customers on their own. So that credibility and the emotional connect, I think it will not be disturbed on that.
Does this mission can identify the different? It can differentiate between regional gold and the mix of alloy and all.
Yeah, 100%. Our spectrometers, I need to give a very good technical insight on it. There are 4 different types of spectrometers available. Spectrometers are a device where you can able to test the metals. It's not only with the gold. It can able to test any kind of metals. There are 4 types of detectors are available. Consider gas prop, SI pin, SDD, and FSDD. 4 types of detectors are there. Currently, market only gas prop detectors are being used widely because it's on very, very affordable, cheaper quality. People are using that. But we are using the advanced SDD technology, which has been brought from the US. It can able to do more than 26 different types of metals. So that when you are testing it, the different types of combinations also, when percentage wise, you can able to identify on it. I will give you a very simplest example. Of course, the people who are sitting here are accounts and finance buyers, but physics, gold and tungsten both has the same density ratio. Consider gold is 193.56 and tungsten is 187.56. If gold and tungsten are mixed, you cannot able to find it, but our machine can able to do it. That's a highlighted point what we have done it. Of course, our mission pricing seems to be very high, but these are the key technical things we have actually incorporated. Apart from it, we have advanced ourselves with the thermal imaging systems as well. So that all these kinds of security and feasibilities we have studied, and it has been done so that the core components within the metals also we can able to identify easily.
That's so interesting, sir. So, what is the scope of Gold Pay AI after 5 years from now?
Okay, we are expecting to scale up around 5,000 missions for next 5 years. Right now, we have stepped in with a very good gold loan company valuing around 6 crores of orders. Still more, we are scaling ourselves. Probably we will expand to 5,000 missions for next 5 years.
Where does this mission be installed?
It's going to be placed within the banks itself. Actually, you cannot able to see the missions like in the public areas where near the malls or near the tea shops and all. This is going to be an add-on tool for the bank so that the gold loan processing will be on a easier side. Right now, conventionally, the gold loans are happening for 1 hour or 2 hours also it takes, but within our mission, it's less than 15 minutes.
So I think the human appraiser should plan their retirement party soon.
Definitely no. I don't recommend it. I speak to the banks and I used to discuss with them to keep my missions only on high volume branches, not everywhere. I don't recommend it at all because human touch is always required.
Yeah, sure. Now over to people. If you have any questions, you can ask on Gold Pay AI mission. Yeah.
Good evening, sir. So I'm G. Chairpersons from B.Sc Computer Science. So if automation makes lending faster, how do you make sure that speed does not come at the cost of customer trust?
Okay, good. You have a very valid question actually. Right now in these recent days, I am seeing too many gold loan companies, they offer gold loans for 3 minutes, 5 minutes and all. But it doesn't happen like that. And same way, in our mission also, we test the gold ornament in different categories and different stages. For example, we test the ornament on thermal imaging system, which will take like 3 to 4 minutes. And next, XRF spectrometer, we have created our own indigenous robotic arm, where it takes to the XRF and it tests the ornament to 5 different positions. Currently, the conventional process, gold is tested in only one point. Here, it is not the case. Thermal imaging, it does, and XRF spectrometers also it does. So that the process, it will take 15 minutes of time with all these kinds of measures fulfilled, so that the gross weight, net weight, everything is being considered properly.
Any other questions? No? Okay, so a quick rapid fire session, sir. What was your toughest phase? It was either the technology or convincing the people.
Absolutely, it's convincing the people. No doubt about it.
How long it took, sir, to accept the mission?
See, it is on the pursuit only. I am not concluding it. It is on the way. Daily, we need to convince the people to use it.
And the second question is, on behalf of students, what would you suggest? An entrepreneurial path or a stable job with good to do salary package?
Okay. That's again a toughest question for me, because I have been into these two positions actually. So that honestly, to be speaking, if you want to have an entrepreneurial journey, I think resilience and patience is really, really important to step into the entrepreneurial journey. But my suggestion is get into a job, learn things, get into some corporate job, learn things, save money, then step into your entrepreneurial journey. That's what I recommend the guys.
Thank you so much, sir. It was a good interacting session with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sangamitra. Thank you, Avichi. Thank you.
Check. Thank you, sir, and my dear friend Sangamitra, for those making this conversation truly enriching and memorable. Thank you, sir. I respectfully invite our principal, ma'am, Dr. N. Boomer, along with our Conclave director, Mr. N. Ramkumar, sir, to kindly felicitate Mr. Vijay. I request you to kindly join us on the stage.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for coming. Big hand to Sangamitra, please. This is the first comparing. She did beautifully. On her own, she prepared her questions. Very well done. She's a promising 30s. She's also getting into some products, and she's doing some. She needs all guidance from people like you.
I'll speak to Balasubramaniam.
Yes, sir. Please have to.
From our earlier discussion, we now turn towards the evolving landscape of global money movement. Our next session is a TEDx talk titled Unified Platform from India to the World, Reimagining the 1.3 trillion global money movement economy, presented by Mr. Uday Shankar from Finara. Before we hear his perspective, let us take a moment to know more about the mind behind this vision.
Mr. Udayashankar Vijayarathnam is a senior technology leader and CTO with 30 plus years of experience across banking, finance, fintech, and compliance. His expertise includes financial data architecture, digital transformation, remittance and payment technologies, AI-driven solutions, mobile banking, database systems, and enterprise architecture. He has led major projects across global markets, with strong skills in innovation, consulting, project management, and technology strategy. Avichi College proudly welcomes Mr. Udayashankar Vijayarathnam to the first edition of the International Fintech Conclave 2026. Ms. Shakila Banu is an Assistant General Manager at the Reserve Bank of India, with 26 years of experience in banking and financial regulation. She holds an MBA in Banking and Finance, along with JIB and CAIIB certifications. She has worked.
With that introduction, we invite Mr. Udaya Shankar to take the stage and share his vision with us. Sir, over to you.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Thanks for inviting me to this particular, Yes, it's better to have the mic. Otherwise, it's fine. I'll take it. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Okay. Thanks for inviting me to this particular, next generation of FinTech 2030. So when I'm talking about myself, I did my studies in basically Webster University in Geneva. Okay, and I did my whole, employment in most of the European countries initially. And then I come back to India for a project for a Swiss-based company. Then, we started working in India for a while. Of course, my grandparents also from Tiruvannamalai. So, I love to be here in India. So I started doing everything in India itself. But when you're talking about myself, the experience that I got, the studies that I got from most of the European countries, primarily from Switzerland. Okay, I'm basically a Swiss national for the time being, right? And I go around most of the countries to get some R&D, advice, or I would say to steal the ideas from the other country to UK. This is how I can say, because there is a team that goes to other countries. They identify the potentials, innovations, and possible future enhancements, and so on and so forth. And then they will come back, and we will give the report to the government. And we don't know what the government of UK is going to do. Right? This is how the knowledge pool come to me. Okay. So when we are doing something in the fintech environment, right? I would say it is not fintech. Basically, it's a tech fin, right? When I put my profile, the company profile as tech fin, somebody call me and say like, hey Shankar, have a look about your profile. There's a spelling mistake. So I said, is there a spelling mistake? I normally do. Yes, I'll go and check. But I couldn't find any spelling mistake at all. Where I put like, Finara Tech Limited is a TechFin company. So most of you, I think, aware about TechFin company, not FinTech, TechFin. And then he said, Shankar, whether you have any disease like, lapsomedia, whatsomedia, whatever it called, okay, you're putting the first part of the fintech, the other area, and the other part of the area, separately. No, you are mixing it up, left and right. So I said, no, it is TechFin and FinTech are two different kind of verticals, right? So Then only, he started digging into internet and say, oh yes, Shankar, now only I get to know that TechFin is also there and FinTech is also there, and the FinTech need TechFin like that, right? So why I'm telling you this particular instance is that when we are doing something, right, in terms of FinTech or cross-border banking or whatever it could be, we need a strong TechFin solutions. That is the hardwares, softwares, or whatever the technology that we have to create it as per the regulations, as per the compliances, and as the previous people discussed here in the in the discussions, AI, whether we can use AI or not, right? Whether we can satisfy the AI in full, everything has to be discussed. Of course, there are a number of functionalities, number of automations are happening. Switzerland, when I was studying my university itself, right? So it is not mean that the complete automations can't be done, right? So when we are talking about, my title is basically about the migrating the cluster technology or multiple technologies into one single unified technology to enhance the 1.6 trillion global money movement market. Money movement market means primarily remittance of money change, money transfer, and also the money changing or money exchange, right? You people maybe know about money changing and money transfer. You know about it? Can you somebody tell me the difference between money changing and money transfer? Anybody? Yes.
So money changing means converting our Indian rupees to foreign rupees. That like is money changing. Money transform means we sending to some others.
Sending to?
Some other transaction, like when we buy some product, we are sending amount, that is called transfer.
Okay. So whether the money transfer involved in money changing also?
Yes, sir. Yes.
In the money transfer, is there any involvement of money changing?
Sometimes, sir, when we go foreign countries, we may change.
Yes. Okay. So what we did is, when we are talking about softwares in 1999 times, okay, so when we are doing about the softwares, we just incorporate all the compliances, regulations, risk, risk mitigations and everything into software, basically, right? So the software means the human intervention is completely involved. So what do you mean by whatever the compliance that you are talking about, when you are talking about your, accounting field or, banking related other studies that you are doing, you can see the difference between the compliance of the accounts and the money movement or money or banking or whatever it could be. Here, what we are talking about is cross-border compliances. So that means each and every country is having a different compliances, right? Each and every region is having different regulations also, right? We believe that, we thought that, every country is having the same kind of regulations and compliance, but it is not, right? When we are talking about India is very, very strict in terms of regulations and compliance, right? But when you're talking about the same thing in Switzerland, it is very reluctant. Why? Because of the situation in Switzerland is different than India. The peoples who are the public that they are living, or the people who are traveling to Switzerland is identifiable. So therefore, the regulations are reluctant there. But in India, it is vice versa. We have to get all the passport. We have to scan the passport, and we have to get the boarding pass informations, and we have to get the PAN card if it is an Indian. Like that, we have to get more inputs or more identifiable, compliance related or regulation related inputs to identify that particular person. This is the difference between the country's regulations, vice versa, right? So when we are talking about these kind of issues, we build our own automated machines. We call it as AVRM. AVRM is nothing but automated verifiable remittance machine and money changing features. So what these machines will do is, without any middleman, it will do all the money changing activities and money transfer activities, and also more than 45 use case of the bank. That means opening the bank account, KYC, right? Updating the KYC, sending money between it, and ATM functionality and deposit functionality, and more. So wherein no middleman is involved. But what will happen is, if the AI per se, right? We don't call it as AI, because in the regulation, when we are talking about RBI, when we go and say like, we are doing everything with the AI, then you will not get the license, right? So what we have to do is, we have to of course we have to comply with the compliances and regulations in full. So what was happened is, about 2.5 years ago, we requested RBI to give the license to the particular machine, but we got a response only about 6 months or 8 months before, and 2 times the RBI team of 5 people who came to our office to verify it. Why they came to verify it is that they never expect this kind of machines is available or not, whether this machine can do KYC on its own or not, right? Whether this machine can do the risk-based assessment and suspicious transaction activities or not, right? If there is a mistake, what will happen? Like that, they have number of questions, and they came down and they tested in real time in our office, right? Why? Because of course, we also waited for a long time, because we have to be comply with all the regulations and compliances, right? To automate this machine with the regulators, license. This is what we expected, and we just waited, right? What will happen is, if the AI per se is not functioning well, it automatically connected to the back office team, right? Instead of a person sitting in front of the machine, a person sitting idle, sitting somewhere in the back office, will connect it to the person who is standing in front of the machine, and he will double check whatever the compliance and regulations or suspicious transaction activities or checks or whatever we call, right? All these regulations are step by step checked. So what will happen is, this particular kind of a machine will automatically automate the solutions and reduce the expenses. For example, let's say somebody, migrant workers, about 164 million migrant workers are working outside India, right? So let's say somebody is working in Malaysia and they can't open a bank account. So if there isn't any bank account, no digitalization at all. They have to go to a money changing counter or money remittance counter. For example, Western Union, MoneyGram, something like that. So they have to send the money manually, right? So when they are sending money manually, what will happen is, there will be approximately about 4 different agents involved in this money transfer, right? The World Bank says 10% of the transaction fee goes to the middleman. So for example, if a migrant worker is sending about $100, $10 goes to middleman, right? So these are the problems that the industries are facing, and also our public are facing. So avoiding those things, we did completely automated solutions, wherein a bank can use this machine, a bank can automate the process, as well as the non-banking or the non-account holders can also benefit all these kind of features without having more expenses. So when I just throw one single question here or just some idea here. When you're talking about a migrant worker, somebody is going to Malaysia, they are working approximately about 5 years and they are coming back. Whether they have any credit score, anybody can say this? Any idea? No. They are spending approximately about something around 5 years. We will calculate, $400 per month. Okay, $4,800 per year. Imagine $5,000 into 5 years, $25,000 they are sending. They are sending such a big amount of money and coming back to India, and they don't have a credit score. Is it right? Is it right? Anybody? It's not right. Because they are sending money, but of course they are not sending the money through bank. If they are sending the money through bank, they would have credit score, right? When they are coming back, they can have a job and they can have a company and they can get some loans or whatever they can have it. But they are sending the money through Western Union and MoneyGrams and other things, which is the MSBs, right? Money service businesses. So through them, they are sending the money. That's why they are not getting any, credit score. What we are trying to do is, we are trying to merge all these things together and giving them a credit score, as well as we are connecting the, right banks and the MSBs to perform their transaction without a middleman cost. And also, we are connecting to the last mile connectivity using the 5G or 4G. We got the national award of recently we got the national award, right, from Department of Telecommunication, which is the Ministry of Communication, right? This is the very first Tamil Nadu company. We are the very first Tamil Nadu company got this award, right? So what we did is, basically, but we ecosystem for the bank. We created telecom sector based or telecom enhancement based 5G or 6G. Right now we are working on 6G also, and we enhanced the system with the telecommunication security systems and the compliance and regulations and other things together. We created our own network, that is the cross-border network, to create the money transfer and money changing and other features, which is the cross-border banking features without middleman. This is what we are trying to achieve. We achieved a lot, and we already incorporated our company in UK, Switzerland, and so on and so forth. And furthermore, we are just planning to go to other countries also, right? And we got very good appreciation from Switzerland and other countries also. We will most probably, because we will get it, right? So when you're talking about the final touch, when you're talking about the cross-border banking activities, right? So when we are talking about cross-border banking activities, it has the multivarious regulations and compliance involved, and those regulations and compliance has to be monitored by the back office team, wherein you people can have this kind of chance monitor perfectly whether this transaction is going on a right way, right? Even though the AI engine is giving you information about the transaction is going here and there, and what is the transaction about, and when the money changing value will increase, and so on and so forth. When you're talking about ourselves, we believe that within the 5 years down the line, we become the principal of the money changing in India, right? We have that kind of a features, and we recently launched AVRM Orange, which is our country's regulated product, regulated machine, wherein you will see everywhere, and which will, of course, definitely compete our competitors like Hitachi. Thank you. And if you have any questions, you can ask me. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I kindly request you to stay back on the dais for the felicitation. May I invite our principal, Dr. N. Bhuma ma'am, along with Sangeeta Bala ma'am,
I always thought
onto the stage for felicitation. Thank you, dignitaries. Kindly take your seats off the dais. Now I invite Ms. Tamina NS from the Department of B.Sc for further proceedings.
A very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We now arrive at a conversation that goes beyond technology. A conversation about how technology is redefining the way a nation functions, connects, and progress. From UPI transforming digital payments to Aadhaar creating a digital identity framework. From DigiLocker enabling paperless access to platforms such as ONDC, OCEN, and accountant aggregators. India's digital ecosystem has become a powerful foundation for inclusive growth. And that brings us to our next thought provoking session, Digital Public Infrastructure, India's secret weapon. This is not merely about digital platform, it is about access, innovation, inclusion, and the architecture of a digitally empowered India. Ladies and gentlemen, let us now take a glimpse into the professional journey of our esteemed moderator and panelist.
Ms. Shakila Banu is an Assistant General Manager at the Reserve Bank of India, with 26 years of experience in banking and financial regulation. She holds an MBA in Banking and Finance, along with JIB and CAIIB certifications. She has worked across key RBI departments, including IT, payment and settlement systems, and ombudsman services. She is also actively involved in financial and digital safety awareness initiatives across Tamil Nadu. Avichi College proudly welcomes Ms. Shakila Banu to the first edition of the International Fintech Conclave 2026. Mr. Balasubramaniam Chandrakumar is a seasoned cybersecurity, information security and data privacy professional with over 26 years of experience in banking and financial services. He has served as CISO at Lakshmi Vilas Bank and AVP, Information Security Services at DBS Bank, and currently serves as Data Protection Officer at Tamil Nadu Mercantile Bank. With expertise in cyber risk, data privacy, regulatory compliance and information security governance, supported by qualifications including MBA, MCA, CAIIB, CISA and ISO 27001 Lead Auditor, Bala brings valuable industry insights into cybersecurity, digital banking and emerging technology risks. Mr. Ayappan, Director of Cybersecurity at a Big Four consulting firm, with over 25 years of IT experience, including 15 years in the USA. He has held key roles such as CISO and cyber sector lead, with expertise in cybersecurity, vulnerability assessments, and IT risk management. He is a certified CISSP and ISO 27001 lead implementer, bringing extensive global experience across multiple sectors. Avichi College proudly welcomes Mr. Iappan to the first edition of the International Fintech Conclave 2026. Mr. Iappan, Digital Transformation, Enterprise Solutions, and Business Innovation. Mr. Ramkumar is a distinguished technology leader and mentor. As the Managing Director of ITware LLC, Dubai, he has successfully led over 50 ERP projects across diverse industries in the Middle East. His expertise spans digital transformation, enterprise technology, digital strategy, and emerging technologies such as agentic AI. He serves as a professor of practice at Avichi College of Arts and Science, where he plays a significant role in connecting industry expertise with academic learning. He is also a strong pillar of support for the college in adopting technology updates and emerging digital innovations.
I now invite Mr. Murugan from 2nd BCom CA to introduce our moderator.
It is my pleasure and privilege to introduce our distinguished moderator, Mr. M. Ramkumar, partner at STRATINFINITY and a respected GCC and startup ecosystem leader. With over 24 years of experience, Mr. Ramkumar brings extensive expertise in the global capability center ecosystem, startup initiatives, strategic advisory, and business transformation. Throughout his career, he has consistently worked towards transforming industry landscapes through strategic thinking, innovation, and organizational excellence. At STRATINFINITY, he supports multinational organizations in establishing and optimizing the global capability centers in India, with a strong focus on strategic alignment, operational efficiency, and innovative value creation. His professional journey also includes his association with NASCOM, where he contributed to nurturing the startup ecosystem through strategic guidance, execution roadmaps, and critical funding networks. His earlier experience in data consultancy services further strengthened his expertise in business and consumer insights, project transitions, and strategic implementations. Within the tech and GCC community, Mr. Ramkumar has played a transformative role in establishing and expanding GCCs across multiple states. His strategic focus span innovation, cultivation, international organizational collaboration, talent capability enhancement, and sustainable GCC frameworks. He holds an MBA in operations management and a BE in engineering from PSG College of Technology, Coimbatore. With his wealth of experience, strategic vision, and commitment to innovation and transformation, we are truly honored to have him with us today. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in giving a warm and enthusiastic welcome to Mr. M. Ramkumar, partner STRATINFINITY.
Thank you, Murugan. And with that, we had a glimpse into the remarkable journey of a distinguished panelist. Now, as we move from introduction to interaction, let us hear from these accomplished minds on how digital public infrastructure is shaping India's present and paving the way for its future. I now invite our esteemed moderator, Mr. M. Ramkumar, sir, along with our esteemed panelists, Ms. Shakila Banu, Mr. Balasubramaniam, and Mr. Iappan, to take charge of this insightful conversation and lead us through the possibilities, challenges, and opportunities that lies ahead. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming our distinguished moderator and panelist. Over to you, sir.
Good evening, everyone. So it's a pleasure to moderate this session with the theme of Fintech 2030. I heard that it is the first edition, and hearty congratulations and many more to come in the future years. The topic itself needs a very big pause here because it says digital public infrastructure, India's secret weapon. India's secret weapon itself is quite famous because we are excelling in a lot of any other factors. So whenever we talk about India's technology, what do we talk about? We talk about startups, we talk about unicorns, we talk about AI, we talk about innovation. But there's even more stronger, which is a quieter, which stands behind. You know what it is? That's the technology that's behind. So let me talk some numbers here. So in the next 20 minutes, sorry, in the next maybe around 60 seconds, we would be introducing the panel. So during that point of time, do you estimate how many transactions, a digital transaction that happens? It's almost 5 lakhs of transactions. Typically 5 lakhs of digital transactions. In the month of July 2026, India has done about 23.66 billion transactions, and it is typically 763 million per day. So very remarkable, right? I mean, in fact, a proud moment as well for us. So here it is what it makes even more remarkable. So whatever I spoke about, the digital infrastructure and all those stuff, it's not built by India Visa or a MasterCard. It's all built as a foundation by India, right? It is just the guardrails. It is just what is called as a guardrail, which is a public guardrail, which makes even an organization, a very large organization, or even a startup to build upon it. So with this particular introduction, what I want to do is I would just need maybe a 30 seconds to introduce this particular topic. And since this 2030, this FinTech 2030 is the first edition, so just want to understand from the co-panelist on how do you think about this particular session as well as on the topic now.
Hello. Good afternoon, everyone all present here. I'm happy to be here in this privileged forum, since I do believe that today's students are tomorrow's innovators with brimming ideas and having very good courage to implement what they want. And with the technological knowledge, they will definitely shine up well. And so this will be apt for this moment, I feel.
Good afternoon, everyone. Can you hear me loud and good? Yes, okay. Just waking up early, and I know it's a snooze time afternoon on Friday. Good afternoon. My name is Ayab, and I'm a director of cybersecurity. First of all, thank you everyone for being here, and thanks for the school, the college, and the management, the moderator, and the fellow panelists to be part of this good discussion, right? So this is personally close to me when we talk about DPI, because spending about close to 2 decades outside the country, when we personally made a decision to move back to India to be with our family, there are few things we want to see other than what we are here for, right? So the DPI infrastructure is amazing, right? The way the digital services are being rendered in this country, right? Especially in the last decade, we are, as the moderator said, we are way ahead of anyone in the Western civilizations or the countries, right? Especially 2 aspects that's very close to me is the UPI payments and the Aadhaar, right? I don't think any country can be close to what we are doing today. The volume, the numbers speak a lot. So to be glad part of this discussion this afternoon. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Balasubramaniam. I'm currently working as the DPO of Conclave Bank. I thank the Avichi College Management for giving this opportunity to participate in this panel discussion. So, the DPI, the infrastructure that is made in this in our country is very excellent when compared to all other Western countries. And it made, especially the banking sector, right? The payments and financial sector enable a lot of benefits to the end customers. So it will be useful for the students. Thank you.
So we were talking about DPI, right? So guys, is anyone aware of what DPI is all about? A small educator. We say it as digital public infrastructure, but what are we going to talk about? So as Mr. Rayappan said, he spelled out something about Aadhaar and as well as UPI. It's not only about Aadhaar and UPI, which consists of this DPI. We have got even more. So we have got Aadhaar, we have got UPI, we have got DigiLocker, and we have got something called as account aggregator, which is the quite new one, which is on data. And we have got Ocean, OCEN, and we have got ONDC, which is on the commerce. So this all put together comes under the DPI. And moreover, this is all put together is called as the India stack, right? So this is what we are going to talk about in the next few minutes. So maybe, ma'am, what we can do is we will go with the first question. This panel is quite interesting, and as well as it's going to be more informative because I've got a regulator, I've got an advisor, and I've got a practitioner as well in all aspects. So maybe, ma'am, the first question is for you. So India has built a remarkable DPI. With respect to that, what are the key principles that will ensure that India's DPI remain trusted, secure, inclusive as we move towards 2030?
Yeah, of course. Actually, as a regulator, we always have, we want efficient, safe, secure, and easily accessible payments. And our main focus will be safety. And before implementing any policy, we do have rounds of meetings, like recent the Finteract with fintech companies, and then Finquery with the representatives is unorganized one, and then Finteract is the organized one. I mean, recently, last year we have conducted more than 15 sessions like this, and we have met RBI met almost more than 1,100 representatives of Fintech people to understand their look and corners and then challenges what they are facing. At the same time, before implementing, we want to have a secure payment system. That one thing. And other than that, we do have many regulations like master regulations on cyber security, cyber resilience, and data security. Each payment system, like PPIs and PAs, or everything we should separate MDs. Our main aim is to do whatever payment system should be secure. Though we are encouraging that easy access. And another thing, we are encouraging safety in the sense of awareness in the sense that we should say that limited liability for that if customer is not doing anything, they are not involved in their fraudulent activities, if it is completely out of their hand, then we make them as a zero liability. And that is also another limited liability circular they have issued. And then another one is a harmonization of time. If online payment failed, and it should be reversed within the particular time, like whatever they prescribed. If not, then the penalty will be levied on that players. These are all we have implemented for secure payment system. Because this digital payments is the second layer, second core principle of this DPI, I feel.
Thank you, ma'am. In fact, whenever we do each and every transaction in Google Pay or in any other platform, we completely rely and we completely secure with RBI guidelines, in fact. So maybe next question to Mr. Bala. Bala, from a banking and a data protection perspective, how do we balance the value of data-driven innovation, customer privacy, consent, and security? How do we do this?
Come again with the question.
No, how do we balance the value of data-driven innovation with customer privacy, consent, and security with respect to the banking language?
Yeah. So, in banking sector, no, we are using the personal data along with
sensitive finance data. So automatically, whatever transaction that we perform or the data shared with the bank is very sensitive. Jointly with the financial data, it becomes sensitive. So we need to balance with the privacy because a lot of personal data is being used, and since it is used for transactions with across the country or other interoperable with other institutions, and even with abroad for international transactions. So we should be very careful while handling the personal data. So for handling the personal data, so we need to take consent. So we need to empower the person, individual for handling their data. So before using the data, we need to get clear consent. The consent should be it should be free, unambiguous, and it should be informed consent to be obtained, so that the customer will know what kind of data is being shared with the bank, and where those data is being shared with third parties and other things. So they will be coming to, and also the data should be the customers should be provided with provisions for managing their consent. At any point in time, they should be in a position to withdraw the consent, suppose if they are not interested to share the data with the particular company or third party. So in this way, I think we can balance the privacy and security. As Madam explained, the security is also important for while handling the sensitive data, privacy and private personal data and
Sure,
personal data.
sure. So now coming back to Mr. Ayyappan, as an advisor, maybe where do you see the biggest opportunities for banks, fintechs, and maybe startups which is going to come back from this particular society to create a new business model upon this DPI infrastructure?
See, when I look at the DPI infrastructure, right, the framework is broadly based upon three or multiple, but I would pick the top three, right? One is the presence-less, then you have the paperless, then you have the cashless, right? So if you look at different DPI and DGSs that support this, you on the presence-less, so it is how you identify yourself, right? Because the key aspect in all of this is who you are, right? You need to establish when you are using a trusted system, right, that is serving billions of people. The system should first of all trust you, right? It's again the concepts of human. If you want to establish a relationship with someone, you need to establish the trust, right? So identity, right? That's where your Aadhaar, things like Aadhaar comes into play. Then you have paperless, right? If we talk about digital age, DPI, and we are ahead of everyone in the globe, then yeah, there is no meaning of having papers, files and papers and document trails, right? Again, with all the eco in place, the paperless comes into picture, right? That's where your DPIs like DigiLocker, eKYC comes into play, right? Then you have cashless. UPI, we are all beneficiaries of this on a daily basis, right? We all use this on a day in and out, right? So things like this, you can, as next gen or startups or fintech students going out to the market and establishing yourself, right? Starting a company or joining an organization, you can build upon these DPIs, right? And then bring up your own be creative, right? To have innovation, you can rely upon those stacks, those rails, and then be on your own. Some of the thoughts that came to my mind is, right, when you talk about fintech, you can do embedded lending, right? So one of the biggest challenge these days is for financial institutions is to how to trust, right? How to lend? What is my credit score, right? Is it trustworthy? What is the debt ratio, right? How much is the income to debt ratio, right? So things like that, you can use these systems to make an automated, fast decisions to use that, right? So you can come up your own systems, right? You can build systems like Amazon, Flipkart, right? to build your own network, right? Again, the biggest advantage with DPI is ONDC. What we have seen from other countries to India is it's not a closed, right? It is open. So anybody can use this. There are APIs. I work on government projects both in India and abroad, wherein we use a lot of these APIs, right? Organizations today as next gen fintech leaders use these APIs and build your career case on top of that.
I'm just topping up on what Mr. Ayyappan said. Ma'am, the question is for you because it's based on the crowd, whatever we have. Tomorrow, we may see some of the startups which is emerging from this particular crowd. So is there does RBI support any student engagement programs, anything like that for them to encourage doing a fintech startup kinds?
Yes, of course, we are having that RBI having the agency there, and if new startups they want to exhibit their products, and every year is conducted, we will give the problem statement, and if they have the solution in connection with some fintech companies, they can come and exhibit that. And recently, we should probably say that even more 22 outside countries are participating, including UK, Sweden, and then USA. All we have received almost more than 1,000 this one, and now every leveling is there, no? And then now we'll come to around 32
ideas,
and then the opportunity is there for the students to participate.
Okay, and where do they access? Hackathon is also there. And where do they access these particular opportunities, ma'am?
Everything is there in our RBI website. That is RBI Hub, Innovation Hub is there, RBI has. You go to that, there is a link is there. Any students can want to participate.
Great.
Do that. As well as fintech companies also,
sure.
new entrepreneurs.
Sure, ma'am. Mr. Bala,
So can I take a point?
Of course.
Building up on that, right? So I know the UPI payment gateways is also being used in other countries, right? Latest, I know about 8 to 10 countries, large countries like France, Malaysia, Singapore, right? I think latest addition is Greece as well, UAE. So you can use those opportunities, right? Today's world, we all know that all the big economies are trying to or fighting to have such a gateway system, right? We have private gateway systems, payment gateways, and they charge exorbitantly, right? So the biggest advantage with India is the visionary from the government, right? We have good leaders that's piling upon on that. So use those rails, right? And then integrate with other foreign financial institutions, and then you can come up your own payment gateways, right? Which is open and more secure, right? I know we are going to talk about DPA, but there are also some of the disadvantages with that. So as next gen leaders, you can definitely overcome that and use that as a business opportunity for your next level career.
Yeah.
Sorry, Ram.
Yeah, no, that's even more helpful. Mr. Bala. So as banks increasingly adopting the AI phase as well, we have been seeing with lots of banks that AI is coming into picture, and day in and day out, we use the apps as well. So what should financial institutions do differently to maintain and strengthen the customer trust and satisfaction?
So while adopting AI, financial institutions have started adopting AI, right? So once if we adopt the AI, so we need to create trust. Trust is the thing that we need to create. So instead of thinking that we need to comply, so we need to create the trust by design itself. So while creating any systems, any applications, from the design itself, so we need to create trust, whatever required for building the trust. So we need to adopt from the design itself. So for making trust, what we can do now, we have to create some transparency of what kind of data that is used for AI, what kind of decisions the AI is taking, whether it is human oversight is there for decisions before implementing all those things we need to ensure so that we can build the customer trust.
Okay.
And so in addition to that, we have to third-party risk also. So while adopting the AI, So we will be sharing a lot of data with the third parties as far as the data processing. So as a data producer, the bank or financial institution will become responsible, completely accountable for the data which is shared with the processor. So the security and privacy part which is taken with the third party also to be considered by the data producer. So in this way, so we can build a trust right from the beginning.
So maybe Ayyappan, you can add on to it, because you being a cyber expert as well. So we see a lot of cyber issues maybe in the due course of the time. But what are the cyber risks that you see as most serious on these rails today, on these guardrails today, and what mitigation strategies do you plan?
So that's a good question. So looking at DPA, right, we build enormous systems that cater billions and all the metrics blowing up the numbers, right? We are number one in the world, right? I saw that almost 50% of the digital payment transaction that's happening across the globe is from India. So, and in AI, when we talk about AI, I think we are pioneer. There are a lot of systems run by government that are being used by AI. One of the recent one I was looking at is state of Odisha. I know there are a different one, but this one is top of my mind, using AI in judiciary system, right? We all know that we have millions of cases pending in across the courts across the country. So they are going to use AI for first level of screening, right? And then of course there is a human in the middle process to evaluate that, but AI is going to move away. So when we talk about AI, right, it is a two-sided sword. It can be on the pros and the cons as well, but we will come to that later. But some of the top ones I come to my mind, definitely there is a lot. First one is impacting us on a daily basis, right? What we call real-time payment attacks, right? We all see that. So we get phishing calls from unknown numbers, right, asking for OTPs, right? Because the banks, the DPA systems are multi-layered security, but one of them is the MFA or the multi-factor authentication. The commonly used one is the OTP, one-time password that's been sent to our emails and SMSs, right, cell phone. So hackers get a hold of that OTP, right? Either by phishing or with technology, they can mimic your mobile phone and then get hold of it, right? And then second, that's very common these days, right? Deep fake and AI, using AI, right? How many of you know what is digital arrest? It is becoming very popular in India. I think it is not even exist in any other countries, right? But it is very common in India. How many of you know what is digital arrest? There are a lot of victims coming up on that. Please come up. If you want to talk, you can convey it in Tamil as well. We want this to be interactive, right?
The question is on digital arrest. I mean,
so they impersonate somebody, right? Say they know that somebody is a high net worth individual because they need to go behind someone is having money, right? And who is vulnerable, correct? So they impersonate, they mimic as a law enforcement officers, right? Like going as a police commissioner, excise duty, right? Or even judges, right? And then they go behind this individual, and then they are not even allowed to cut off the phone. They come on video calls, right? And then they ensure that you don't disconnect the call, and they don't let you go until you transfer the money, right? My friend is a personal victim. He and his brother, his family stays in US. His elderly parents are in Hyderabad. So they know this. So before coming to the individual, they do their homework, right? So the hackers, they do their homework. So they call their elderly parents, 80 plus in Hyderabad, and then they ensure that They use language, so they corner you, right? We know your parents, your kids and grandkids are in the US. So if you don't do this right away, we will go back them and then they will arrest them in the US, right? So the call happened for 8.5 hours non-stop. Okay, they did not let them go until they went and paid the money in a Western Union money transfer, right? It was happening for a while in India, but the biggest one happened was a very prominent businessman, right? They cornered them, right? And then they mimicked, they put a real setup like a Supreme Court, and then they hacked documents signed as a Supreme Court judge, and then they ensured that he did not disconnect a call. Such a big businessman worth millions, billions, whatever. And then he paid about 80 crores, I believe, 8 or 80 crores. They did not let him go, right? So nobody is bad, right? All they want is money. Probably Madam can talk more about that. These all are originating more around East Asian countries, where technical people are conveyed of being a sophisticated job abroad and whatnot, and then you go there, you are put in prison to ensure that you go behind these people, right? Being in Western country in US for so long, I get at least calls every at least 3 to 4 calls every month, right, saying that there is a police officer waiting outside your house ready to come and arrest you, right? We Indians, we all take it for our pride, right, and emotion, right? It doesn't work out great with Western people. So this emotion is key, right? They know where to get hold of you, get attack you, right? So digital arrest is a bigger thing. I can be talking a lot about that, but those are some of the things that we need to be aware. What I would say for folks, the biggest thing in cyber security is awareness, right? Awareness starts from each one of us individually. That grows all the way up to the organization, right? First of all, when we are going to protect something, we need to know what is happening around the world, right? Hackers are way ahead of us. Nobody can tell that my bank accounts, my documents, whether it is personal or digital, is safe. All they need is a motive, right? If they want to go behind Ramkumar today, at any cost they will go, but there should be a motive, right? So how do we protect is the key challenge. So getting hold of awareness, right? I know government is doing a lot, right? Even phones, they when you make a call, I used to get the pre-audio message saying that, talking about cyber hacks and what to do in things like that. So there is a lot happening on the government front, but it all starts from us individually, right? There is espionage that's happening, that is state sponsored hacks that is happening, right? There are malwares that shipped on the hardwares, on the cloud infrastructure that is being used, right? That's why the government talks a lot about sovereignty, right? Say, if you import a chip or a hardware from abroad, you don't know what is there lying in the firmware, right? It could be sending data back to wherever it is, right? Untraceable, traceable, all of that. So there are a lot of measures. I don't want to bore you and scare you, because if I talk to the level, then no one will have any smartphones or digital banking, right? But it is up to us to be safe and understand what is happening. Awareness is the key.
Thank you, Ayappan. In fact, that was even more informative. In the considerate of time, maybe last one more round of questions. Looking forward for 2030, what do you see as the next major opportunity in DPI? Something has already happened in UPI, but what is going to be the next one? What can we expect?
As it's my own, I thought it was the ULI, Unified Lending Interface.
Unified Lending Interface.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a platform where stakeholders will be all lenders, and then it's a DPI only. And
it sits on the DPI.
If you want to avail a loan,
Okay.
then what are how many times you have to walk, and then what are the documents they need? Everything will be available in a secure way. Government organizations and then state government registrars will be there. All will be the stakeholders in that, and then it's easy to avail a loan. That is our next.
Is it the account aggregator you're talking about?
Account aggregator, right? This is the ULI.
ULI.
So mainly for easy credit delivery.
Great. So when can we expect this?
It's already launched in 2023 by our earlier governor, Shakti Kantadas. And It is in the pipeline. This is the initial project.
Initial.
And by 2030, I could expect this will become major success rate UPI.
Sure.
Is
Maybe
it part of the OCEN network, madam, or is it outside the OCEN? OCEN. EN. It is outside this,
it's
the ULI.
typically it's outside OCN actually. Yeah. Maybe the next question is both for Mr. Ayyappan and for Bala. So if you are advising the student entrepreneurs who are thriving entrepreneurs who wants to build a fintech venture for India in 2030, which emerging problem areas would you like them to choose? Bala can go first.
2030. So anyway, by 2030, I think AI will occupy all the areas, right? So I think they can go with some fintech payment related applications with AI-enabled systems applications.
Ayyappan, maybe.
So I second that. I think AI is going to be the next wave, right? For folks, I'm a old school, so I have seen technology evolving from PC to microprocessor to what is a telephone landline to internet, right? Button phones to smartphones. At some point when internet came, the internet wave came, we are all afraid, right? So it's going to take away my job, it's going to ruin my day-to-day life. So, but you cannot evit it. You have to live with it, right? So similarly, AI is the next wave, whether we like it or not. I know there are conversations about, is it going to take away my job? Is it safe? Is data in risk, right? I would say AI technology is completely different than what has happened in the previous waves. First thing, you cannot evit it, but at the same time, look at the positive side of it, right? The amount of data, the processing it can do, I don't think any human can do. I'm just talking a metric from what we seen in cybersecurity. How many of you know what is Claude Mythos? Anthropic, great. So this is, if you don't know, please go and read what that is, right? It is an LLM programming large language model that can do exploit anything that has not been done by human in the last 30 years. What we do, that's what I do for my living, for my bread and butter. We do vulnerability assessments and exploit them. But what humans used to do in say 5 months, 6 months, Mythos can do in 30 seconds, 45 seconds, right? So that's why it is.
The AI definitely will not take up completely the roles, job roles.
Correct.
It may take some areas of jobs simplified, but it will not take complete roles.
Sure. Ma'am, maybe one skill every student should develop to be relevant for fintech in 2030. What is the type of skill?
I will say that have a good knowledge on regulatory compliance. Because if you know the
No, what is it?
knowledge on
Regulatory, yes.
compliance.
Right.
But if they know what not to be done, whatever they are doing will be correct. That's my personal view.
And one word that defined the India's digital financial system by 2030. Omnipresent.
Famous.
Right. Ayyappan, any last words for the students?
Vision, have the vision, right? What you want to do, right? Especially for someone at a college passing out and looking at the industry, enormous growth happening in every industry you can think of, right? Specifically focusing on fintech, that's where the real money is, right? When we talk about cybersecurity and safeguarding, we focus more on BFSI sectors because that's where the real hard cash, hard dollars is. So have vision. There are a lot of opportunities. Don't go on the red side, right? I tell people, how many of you know the movie Yandiran, Robo, right? There is a red chip versus green chip, right? So go with the green chip, right? And then do good for the humanity. Have that vision in you. Good luck.
Great. Thank you so much. So, Bala, anything from you?
Whatever business or whatever application or app that you build, you consider from the design, security, privacy, and build the trust. So that definitely is success.
So everything, whatever we discussed all this time, it's not only about technology. It's more about trust. It's more about resilience, and it is the more about governance and incentives, right? So how many of us in this particular group thrive to be entrepreneurs? Maybe who would like to do a startup, a fintech startup kinds? No one. So everyone want to be get employed. Great. Maybe once when the idea pops up, there are different ways that you guys can thrive. And saying so, we started with an initial number saying that there's about in about 6 minutes or 7 minutes, there is about 5 lakhs of transactions that has been done. So we have concluded this particular discussion, and by this time, India has already done about 2 crores of transaction. So that's the depth of DPI, and that's the depth of the technology that we have built. Once again, thank you for this opportunity, and on behalf of my panelists, yes, ma'am.
Nobody responded. I feel really sad. Actually, we are reaching out the colleges, schools, and then because we want to bend the twig, not that this one. Actually, how we are reaching, if I am telling whether you listening to me or not, but that's why we are telling Amitabh Bachchan to tell so that you can follow. And
Yeah.
Rahul, KL Rahul told now, then you will listen. We are taking much effort to reach you out. Please do. And my daughter is also Gen Z like you, and she showed me one reel. And she's telling it's like that. Nobody takes me. If I receive text, it's from RBI. Like that, we are coming to you. What not to do, not what to be done, everything. Please do have awareness on the mainly the fraud, so that you can be safe and secure. That is what, as a regulator, we want.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We are very sure that, most of us, and in fact, all of us know about digital arrest, but only thing is nobody is ready to stand up and say what digital arrest is all about. Maybe that one character everyone has to create, because we are talking about 2030, the future, and not the present. So all the best for you guys. All the best for your future endeavors. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am, for that insightful and enriching discussion. I kindly request the dignitaries to stay on the dais for the felicitation. It's now the time to honor our distinguished guest. May I now invite our esteemed principal, Dr. N. Booma, ma'am, along with our conclave director, Mr. N. Ramkumar, sir, onto the stage for the felicitation.
50 books in a year. Hi, I'm Rajneesh and I'm the world champion in.
May I now invite Mr. M. Ramkumar, sir, to kindly come forward. Thank you, sir. I now invite Ms. Shakila Banu, ma'am, to kindly come forward. Thank you, ma'am. I now invite Mr. Balasubramaniam, sir, to kindly come forward. I now invite Mr. Balasubramaniam, sir, to kindly come forward. Thank you, sir. I now invite Mr. Ayyappan, sir, to kindly come forward. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Kindly take your seats off the dais. On behalf of everyone present, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed moderator and panelists for sharing their valuable perspective and expertise on digital public infrastructure. A special thanks to our moderator for steering his engaging conversation with such great insight and clarity. We sincerely appreciate your time, thoughts, and presence, which have made the session truly meaningful. Now I invite Ms. Roshni ma'am for the valedictory session. Let's wait for a few minutes.
அனௌன்ஸ் பண்ணுங்க ஏவிக்கு இது பாருங்க என்னன்னா ஒரு வாட்டி நான் பே பண்ணி காமிக்கிறேன் சாரி மேம்
Mr. Srikanth V, Chief Executive Officer of ICT Academy, with over 20.
I now invite Ms. Niroshini ma'am for the valedictory session.
Hari Om. Good evening to one
Miss-
and all present here. As we arrive at the culmination of a truly enriching day, we now transition into the valedictory session of our conclave. Over the course of today, we have explored the confluence of fintech, engaged with visionary keynotes and fireside conversations, and deliberated on the future of banking, autonomous finance, and India's digital public infrastructure. This conclave has been more than a gathering of ideas, it has been a confluence of vision, trust, and innovation, bringing together banking leaders, technologists, regulators, and young minds under one roof. Before we move into our further proceedings, I now request everyone to please rise up for the prayer song, rendered by our Avichi choir team.
எனக்கு வேண்டும் வரங்களை இசைப்பேன் கேளாய் கணபதி. எனக்கு வேண்டும் வரங்களை இசைப்பேன் கேளாய் கணபதி. மனதில் சலனமில்லாமல் மதியில் இருளே தோன்றாமல். மனதில் சலனமில்லாமல் மதியில் இருளே தோன்றாமல். நினைக்கும் பொழுது நின் மௌன நிலை வந்திட நின் செயல் வேண்டும். கனக்கும் செல்வம் 100 வயது இவையும் தர நீ கடவாயே. எனக்கு வேண்டும் வரங்களை இசைப்பேன் கேளாய் கணபதி இசைப்பேன் கேளாய் கணபதி.
Thank you. Please be seated. It is my immense pleasure and privilege to welcome you all to the first edition of International Fintech Conclave 2026, organized by the Department of BCom Computer Application and B.Sc Computer Science with Data Science. Today's conclave focuses on the significant theme Fintech 2030, building India's trusted digital financial future through AI, innovation and inclusion. I'm delighted to welcome Mr. Srikanth Sir, CEO of ICT Academy. Sir, your strong support and continued association with our institution and ICT Academy have truly made a remarkable impact in our journey towards academic excellence, innovation, and empowering our students with industry-relevant skills. We are delighted to welcome Mr. N. Ramkumar, Director of ITware LLC Dubai and Professor of Practice of Avichi College of Arts and Science. Sir, your expertise in the IT industry and academia will certainly inspire our students daily. A heartfelt welcome to our Honorable Secretary, Mr. A.V.M.K. Shanmugam, sir, respected Principal Dr. N. Booma, ma'am, Convener Dr. B. Geeta, Head of the Department of BCom Computer Application, Organizing Committee, esteemed faculty members, and all the participants and students. As AI and digital technologies continues to transform the financial sector, today's conclave provides an excellent platform to explore innovation, trust, security, and financial inclusion. Once again, I extend a warm welcome to everyone present here. Let us learn, engage, and envision a trusted and inclusive digital financial future for India. It is my privilege to invite Mr. Ramkumar N. Sir, Director, ITware LLC Dubai and Professor of Practice at Avichi College of Arts and Science to present a summary of today's conclave and share his reflection of the day's key insights. Please, sir, the stage is yours.
Vanakkam, good evening. How are all of you? Tired? Happy? Energetic? All day good? Everything okay? Thank you. Respected Chief Guest, sir, thank you so much for honoring us to come here. Right, Mr. Shanmugam, Secretary, Princey Ma'am, and all the staff. Thank you so much. It's been a long day. I think we planned it 2 or 3 months back, but we were not even sure till last 1 month. And I think everything happened thanks to the key person behind, Mr. Bala, I think, who really put forward to the conference, gave us a lot of ideas, lot of inputs. He got all the guests to come here. A lot of guests came in, and then even till day before yesterday, we still had some changes, but we managed to get everything in line. So I think he had to go for another meeting. But Mr. Bala asked, we have to thank Mr. Bala for agreeing to be the director for this conclave. And he's always there for us whenever he wants, though he's not available today. I think he's been the key behind success. We have just all gone along with him. So that's the first, yeah, okay. I think we started the day with rousing address Mr. Bala. I think he mentioned a lot of things about the 250,000 people are kind of in fintech. Almost 1/3 of the country is in TN, fintech. And he also initiated a lot of measures taken by TN government, including the new government, which Sir also reiterated just now. I think there are opportunities open for AA internships from Tamil Nadu government. I think they've signed an agreement with, Western Australia, I think Melbourne government. So there are so many things going on. There is an AI minister available in Tamil Nadu itself. So I think we are second to none when it comes to technology, when it comes to AI, when it comes to fintech, considering the number of MNC banks. I think fintech and automotive and possibly healthcare and TN continue to be the 3 pillars which drive the economy. And I think we can all be proud that, first of all, that we are studying in Chennai. This is the heart of fintech, right? Of course, Mumbai is the financial capital. And then we also have the fact that you are all currently in Avichi, where I think nothing but technology, thanks to Mr. Shanmugam, your secretary, I think was really ensured that the whole college, irrespective of whether it is Viscom or Forensic or BCom or whatever, we are all just been, we're just going along with him, right? So we are bringing all our limited expertise, but he is the man who is driving us all this, right? Big thanks to him, and thank you so much, honestly, from the bottom of my heart. I think you're doing a great service to the students. Today, it will not be known. I think next 10 generations or 5 generations, when they go along, I think there are a lot of people, heartfelt incident. I think, what was it? I have to narrate it. 3 years back when I did this in Raja Annamale College, I think your first undergrad, which took place after COVID, right? There are 3 or 4 parents who were waiting outside when I came out, and I didn't even realize the enormity of this, right? We started this in 2017-18 when he called me casually. I was the first one to address the college in the first year when there were only 200 students. Today, I think we have 1,200 students, right? Close to that, right? So basically at that point of time, right, there were a lot of first-time graduates were coming from the family, right? And then I was telling him, right, that's when he coined the phrase, right? From someone to no one, right? That's what we have been following all along. These parents came along, 3 or 4 of them stood there for 3 hours. They just came and said, sir, family first daughter who's just become an undergraduate, she has got an employment. We never thought we'll have a graduate in our family. It brought tears to our eyes. I think nothing can replace that, right? Giving education, upbringing the family is the biggest service we can do to the humanity. And we're all very happy to be associated with Mr. Shanmugam to do this small service, right? So I'm today sure, I think the college has grown big time, sir. We think we have almost got placements for 70-80% of the students. A lot of MNCs are coming as compared to what they were. A lot of internships are happening. More than anything else, we do feel that we can substantially see a change. The way the first year students were in 2018, today the college is buzzing with activity. Every second or third day, there is an event. There is some industry expert coming. I think we are only the college, I used to keep repeating, we're the only college we did almost every 4th day, and even for the entire 2 years during COVID. I don't think any other college did this, including engineering colleges. And that set the fulcrum. I think a lot of people come to know how to do this remote events. I think we are all new to that, right? Remote meeting itself in office is new. And here the college, with all the limited facilities it had, did all this for almost 2 years of COVID, making sure that students kept in tune with academics as well as industry. And that set us apart. And that is a beginning for us. Thanks to COVID, I think one way, we really learned the hard way. But after that, we have not looked back. I think I was telling Princey ma'am, we are the ones to set it right. In 2022, and somebody was even talking about AA, 21-22, we had the first AA conference, right? And then we had the one in banking in 24 or something. That again was more on slightly on fintech, more on how the traditional bankings are moving away to digital banking. And then last year was Agentic AI, or this year, right? Agentic, even that, so a lot of people are asking, Agentic AI is just coming up. I think it is more LLM models. Why are we talking Agentic? I said, no, this is going to be the biggest thing which is going to happen in the next 1 year. And again, we are the first college to do Agentic AI. And followed up, I think I was so happy then 2 or 3 students did small product demos on Agentic AI when I came last time. So happy to see that, it has been put into action. And here we are now with this fintech, which is going to be a 5-year event as initiated by Mr. Bala. This is the first one. Thank you all for being here to make it a grand success, and I'm sure it will go up, right? Today's event was on 3 kinds. One was Bala's speech, and then 2 keynote speakers who beautifully illustrated the confluence between digital banking, AI, and what is happening in the fintech industry. 2 very good keynote speakers. I'm sure you all made notes. Right, I made a lot of notes, but due to lack of time, I'm not able to summarize. I'll send it across in WhatsApp, and I've just noted the whole thing. A lot of key concepts came along. A lot of people I saw, very few people are taking notes. This is something which I've been telling. All this will be nice to hear today. Tomorrow, everything will be forgotten. So many things came out today from all these industry experts. I only wish, whether you use mobile or notes, please take notes. Please take notes. Please go back and look at it. We gain nothing from all this, whereas you people gain everything from the seminars. As somebody was pointing out, it's equivalent to 500, 600 years of man-years of industry experience in just in 1 day we are bringing to you. That's the enormity of this. I don't know how many of you have realized this. In our times, in 30, 40 years back, I have to go back. We didn't even have one single industry expert to talk to, see which course we should take or which higher education we should go. That was except our parents. And they didn't know anything. பையன் பிகாம் படிக்கிறான், B.Sc படிக்கிறான், அதோட அவ்வளவுதான். They didn't even know what is happening. They knew that boy is going to be a graduate. Today, things are different. You have so many things. Technology is there, net is there. On top of that, people like us are willing to help. So please take advantage of that. Please take notes of all these forums. It is just not for visibility or just going home and saying, in college event it's very nice. That's it's not that. It's not an entertainment. It's an education platform for you. Please take all this seriously. Take some notes. Go through it. In fact, as part of the seminar, we are going to have 3 or 4 fintech products which have to come out from you as a proof of concept in the next 3 months. Whoever does it will definitely be put in as interns. Definitely, that's what we are thinking. So out of today's event, if 3 or 4 can come up with some small prototype demonstrations, we'll be more than happy. So we had that as the confluence of AI, fintech, and then a lot of things came out of trust. Nambikkan சொல்றோம். How trust has played an important part even today in digital technology. Everybody emphasized the fact that without trust, there is no technology. And that goes true for a lot of things in it, right? Trust, somebody talked about culture, somebody talked about roots. Everything goes around trust. A lot of businesses, even somebody said where AI can work. I think there was a question, I don't know whether you followed. People said it cannot work where personal touch is required, where wealth management is required, where risk management is required, where compliance is required. So human trust and touch plays a lot of importance even today. So the best thing for you is to improve your soft skill capabilities, improve your technical capabilities, and make sure that you master AI and you don't become a slave for AI. If you can master these basic 3 skills and then ensure that you have AI on whatever profession you're taking, it need not be the entire gamut of AI. Whatever is of interest to you, make sure that it's very, very, very difficult to be a kind of jack of all today, because AI is growing at a phenomenal pace. Maybe somebody likes Claude, somebody likes to specialize in LLM, somebody wants analytics, somebody wants to be a data engineer. We have covered all that in so many of our seminars. I'm sure I've given you 8 or 9 different paths. If you can pick up one, specialize on that, I'm sure that if you can master any of the AI skill sets along with whatever qualifications I mentioned before, you have a great rousing future ahead. And we at Avichi are behind you on this side. So please, we also had some sessions in the afternoon on gold PE was an excellent example, a simple product, how it was happening for years in terms of the gold, how he's brought a simple technique to understand the purity of gold, how commercial it can be seen, how 3 hours or 3 days of having a gold mortgage can be just checked in 3 hours or 3 minutes. He was just beautifully explaining the different concepts. Very simple technique. He has put an idea. It's all very, very inspiring for entrepreneurs who want to become entrepreneurs, but they're not. He just struggled, and then he saw something happening in front of him where people are struggling. So he came up with this idea. And as somebody said again today, ideas are nothing unless it's followed by execution. You might have great ideas. 2 things are important. One is to have a plan for execution. The second one is, I was telling Shangamitra today, she's working on, very, very inspired when she told me today that, sir, I want to make sure that farmers in our country become better. I think they become adapted technology. And she, in fact, when it touched about drip irrigation, how agentic AI can be used. Sir, this is what exactly I'm talking about, sir. Somehow I want to ensure that we use some kind of agentic AI for farming, drip irrigation, or crop cultivation to make things better for farmers rather than just being used only for loans. That's a great thought. Great big hand to her, by the way. So these are all inspirations for us, right? So I'm sure every one of you has got some thought in mind. You'll have to bring it out. We are here to help you if you give us ideas. And there are 2 things in those ideas. One is, of course, these ideas have to be executed. Second is the commercial viability. Today, everything at the end of the day, unfortunately, is a world of numbers. However good your ideas are, it needs support. It needs some commercial feasibility. We are there here to help you to find out whether it's commercially feasible. There are so many people today who are willing to fund startup. That's the difference which has happened over the last 10 years. Startups, you can easily become a billionaire. I repeat it again today. Sky is the limit for all of you. So if you have an idea, if you have entrepreneurial abilities, we are here to help you. Each and every one of you have got a great future ahead, whether it is first year or third year, or even those who might continue with us for higher studies as we start our post-graduation, hopefully from next year. Or even if you get in and become alumni, anytime you can walk in. There are multiple WhatsApp groups. We have brought in so many people as mentors. It's not only me. We have got a big team with us. Lot of experts in different fields we're trying to get in, and all these people are available for you. That's something which we can only take the horse to the pond, as I say. It's for you to drink whatever water is available. So that's the example I'll put forward for you. So thank you so much for staying back. Hope you had a great day and a lot of learnings from you. So I do expect to continue this series for the next 4-5 years, and we are here to help you, and you'll have to make use of it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, for the comprehensive summary, a fitting reflection of the depth and diversity of thought this conclave has brought together everything. It is now my privilege to introduce our chief guest, Mr. Srikanth, sir, Chief Executive Officer of ICT Academy. His expertise and commitment to creating future-ready talent make his presence especially meaningful at our Fintech Conclave 2026. Let us now take a glimpse into the professional journey and achievements of Mr. Srikanth, sir, through his AV presentation.
Mr. Srikanth V., Chief Executive Officer of ICT Academy. With over 20 years of experience in the education and ITES sectors, he is a seasoned leader committed to bridging the gap between industry and academia. Since joining ICT Academy in 2012, he has played a key role in strategic planning, government projects, corporate partnerships, digital empowerment, skill development, and entrepreneurship initiatives. Avichi College proudly welcomes Mr. Srikanth V. to the first edition of the International Fintech Conclave 2026.
It is now my honor to invite Mr. Srikanth, sir, to address the gathering and share his valuable thoughts. I now kindly request our Honorable Secretary, Mr. AVMK Shanmugam, sir, along with our Conclave Director, Mr. N. Ramkumar, sir, distinguished Chief Guest, Mr. Srikanth, sir, along with our respected Principal, Dr. N. Boomaman, to the stage. It is now my honor to invite Mr. Srikanth, sir, to address the gathering and share his valuable thoughts with us. Sir, the stage is yours.
Okay, good evening, everyone. I don't want to take much time because I think you had a great long day. And we're just going through the speakers. One of the long, very, very good speakers. Even actually, very, very difficult. All are big time people. I think thanks for organizing a good, great event. I think thanks to Mr. Bala. So, respected Chairman and Secretary of AVM, Avichi Arts and Science College, the advisor of this group and professor of practice, Mr. N. Ramkumar. Last time when he was there for one more event, hackathon, I think he came online from Dubai. I was able to listen to him on various initiatives he's doing for the institution. And respected principal, ma'am. So this Avichi College is actually like our own institution. So you never say no to this institution. And yeah, we have interest in the welfare of the student who are come here. And it's one of the growing institutions, and we feel that something ஏதாவது உங்களுக்கெல்லாம் செய்யணுங்கிற ஒரு நல்ல எண்ணத்தில் தான் we are also working. நிறைய இனிஷியேட்டிவ்ஸ் பண்ணுறோம். நான் சில கமிட்மெண்ட்ஸும் கொடுக்குறேன் இன்றைக்கி. ஸோ தட் ஒரு எண்டில் வந்து we have to do some impact for you. அதுக்கு தானே நாங்கள்லாம் இருக்கோம். ஸோ அதனால் இந்த இன்ஸ்டியூஷன் எப்பயுமே க்ளோஸ் டு ஆர்ட். நாங்கள் என்ன இருந்தாலும் we would like to do so that as we grow well, I think இன்னொரு I was asking sir always எப்போ autonomous இன்னொரு 3 yearsன்னு சொல்லியிருக்காரு. So I think we'll be able to achieve that autonomous stage as early as possible. அது ரொம்ப கிரிட்டிக்கல். ரெண்டாவது வந்து கிரிட்டிக்கல் ரெண்டாவது இம்பார்ட்டன்ட் பாயிண்ட் என்னென்னா, ஒரு சிட்டியில் ஒரு மெட்ரோ கார்டரில் இருக்கிற ஒரே காலேஜ் இந்த காலேஜ் மட்டும்தான், எனக்கு வேற எங்கேயுமே இல்லை. ஸோ நல்ல ஒரு ஃபெசிலிட்டி, நல்ல ஒரு காலேஜ் அண்ட் எக்ஸலண்ட் செக்ரட்டரி. ஐ திங்க் எப்போ மீட் பண்ணாலுமே ஐ எம் ஃபீலிங் வெரி பாசிட்டிவ். ஏன்னா யூ ஷுட் ஆல்சோ நோ ஒரு அதர் சைட் ஆஃப் த காயின் தெரியணும் உங்களுக்கு. என்னென்னா எப்பயுமே சே சம்திங் வில் லெட் அஸ் டூ ஃபார் த ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ், ஏதாவது பண்ணலாமே ஹவு வி கேன் கிவ் பேக் டு சொசைட்டி அப்படிங்கிற ஒரு தாட் ப்ராசஸ்லேயே தான் அவர் சொல்கிறாரு. ஸோ நாங்களும் இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட் எடுத்து வி வில் ஆல்சோ வுட் லைக் டு ஸ்பெண்ட் டைம். ஸோ நாங்கள் வந்து இந்த காலேஜுக்கு எதாவது செய்யணும்னு எங்களுக்கும் ஒரு எண்ணம் இருக்குது, அந்த உத்வேகம் இருக்குது. ஸோ அந்த ஒரு கன்ஃபார்ம்டாக இருக்கும். ரெண்டாவது, இந்த பார்ட் ஆஃப் திஸ் ஃபின்டெக் 20 through 30, I think I want to give a 2 commitments. I was just telling my colleague here, Murugavel is also here, is in charge for this college. One வந்து we are going to launch a AA internship for all of you shortly, as early as possible. I already committed. This is a DOT initiative from Government of India. We are signed up with them. So we'll try to open up an AA school here. All the students, first year, second year, and third year, irrespective of any discipline you study, we'll all get access to AA internship. That's a live internship. It's a live industry-based internship. LLM, live projects will be given, project-based learning. So you will understand that hands-on on AA, complete, it's going to really change each and every student's life. That's confirmed, one. Second part is that we have also signed up with the Victoria government, with the state of Melbourne. What we are trying to do for you, உங்களுக்கு வந்து செகண்ட் லெவல் உன்னோட இன்டர்வென்ஷன் கொடுக்குறோம். ஒவ்வொரு ஸ்டூடெண்ட்டுக்கும் ஒரு அசஸ்மெண்ட், ஸ்கில் மேக்ஸ் ஏன்னு ஒரு அசஸ்மெண்ட் வில் ட்ரை டு கிவ் இட் டு யூ. அந்த அசஸ்மெண்ட் இன்ஜினில் ஒரு டெப்ளாயபிள் கேண்டிடேட்டாக, ஒரு ஈக்விட்டாஸ் பேங்க் கேண்டிடேட்டாவோ இல்லை டிசிஎஸ் எனேபிள் கேண்டிடேட்டாவோ அவங்கவுங்களுக்கும் யூனிக்னஸ்க்கு, அவங்களோட யூனிக் ஸ்ட்ரென்த்துக்கு அந்த ப்ராடக்ட் டெவலப் ஆகும். இந்த ப்ராடக்ட் வாஸ் வெல் சீன் பை லாட் ஆஃப் அவர் டைரக்டர்ஸ். பார்த்துட்டு வி ஹவ் அப்ரூவ்ட் இட் அண்ட் இட்ஸ் அதை லான்ச் பண்ணுறோம். மூணாவது இம்பார்ட்டன்ட் பாயிண்ட் எல்லாம் சேர்த்து we will organize one good placement drive for all of you with immediately. Okay, this is a very firm commitment I will do. We are in the month of September now. We are in August, September, probably in a 45 days time we'll organize a very, very good drive. So ensure that maximum number of students from this institution get into the job market. So I will ensure that happens this year. இதனால என்ன ஆகும்னா, நம்ம இந்த ஃபின்டெக் உடைய 2030 கோல்ஸ் படி யூ அண்டர்கான் வேரியஸ் இனிஷியேட்டிவ்ஸ் காலேஜ் பண்ணியிருக்கு, ப்ளஸ் உங்களுடைய அகடமிக் குவாலிஃபிகேஷன்ஸும் யூ ஹவ் டன். தட் இஸ் சம்திங் தட் வி வில் டூ இட் as early as possible. ஸோ இதை நாங்கள் கண்டிப்பாக இந்த 3 இன்டர்வென்ஷன்ஸ் as for the commitment from ICT Academy side, we will do it. So you need not worry about it. ரெண்டாவது, for the higher education scenario, we will also organize you some ஒரு career program we will launch sometime in the later of this year பண்றோம், so that you can also understand the various opportunities among you available, and we'll try to organize it for you quickly. Second, other important point is that since our office is situated in IIT Madras Research Park, and ICT பற்றி நீங்கள் கூகுள் பண்ணால் தெரியும், the eminent board members who are there with us, ஆல்மோஸ்ட் நீங்கள் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ஒரு 5 top corporates are there in the board and 4 IAS officers போர்டில் இருக்காங்க. I'm the heading the institution. We have people from Lakshmi Narayanan, who is a founder of Cognizant. You have a gentleman called Josh Folger from Dixon Electronics. We have gentlemen from Chris Ganeshan from TCS. I have a gentleman from SIFI, CFO and ED of SIFI, Mr. Vijay Kumar. Mr. Bala himself is in the board. Mr. Bala பார்த்தீங்க இல்லையா, அவரே எங்கள் போர்டில் தான் இருக்கார். ப்ளஸ் ஒரு 4 IAS, இவங்கெல்லாம் இப்போ ரீசெண்டாக வந்தாங்க. ஏன் இதெல்லாம் சொல்கிறேன்னா, என்னென்னா, நான் அந்த கமிட்மெண்ட் கொடுக்கறதுனால உங்களுக்கு ஹெல்ப்ஃபுல் என்னென்னா, இவ்வளோ பீப்புள் பேக்கில் இருக்காங்க. தட் கேன் பி டன். செகண்ட் இம்பார்ட்டன்ட் பாயிண்ட், if the system allows, probably we can launch one electronic course for the students. Okay, if students are interested to get yourself certified on the course on ESDM core. Yesterday I was talking to Salcomp MD. Yesterday he was there with us in the evening. We are on MOE function. The total number of vacancies at Salcomp is the largest manufacturer of chargers. நீங்கள் என்ன சார்ஜர் யூஸ் பண்ணாலும் highest manufacturing வேர்ல்டில் அவங்க தான். இப்போ கிட்டத்தட்ட 1.5 கோடி சார்ஜரை வந்து எவ்ரி மந்த் வெளியே ஷிப்மெண்ட் பண்ணுறாங்க. ஸ்ரீபெரும்புத்தூரில் தான் ஃபேக்ட்ரி, நோக்கியா ஃபேக்ட்ரி தான், அந்த கேம்பஸ் தான் இருக்காங்க. Yesterday he was talking, he wants 10,000 people. Today, ஏன் இதை திருப்பி நான் சொல்கிறேன்னா, நீங்களாம் இப்போ we are talking about fintech, but I also tell you வேற என்ன மார்க்கெட் வந்து வேற என்ன டைனமிக்காக மூவ் ஆகிட்டு இருக்குங்கிறத சொல்கிறேன், உண்மை நிலவரத்தை சொல்கிறேன். எலக்ட்ரானிக்ஸ் வந்து இட் இஸ் அ பூம் இன் தமிழ்நாடு. ஓகேங்களா? இன்னொரு இம்பார்ட்டன்ட் பாயிண்ட்டு, கவர்மெண்ட் ஆஃப் இந்தியாவுடைய ஸ்டடி படி 2.56 crores எக்ஸ்போர்ட்ஸ் பண்ணியிருக்கோம் தமிழ்நாட்டிலேருந்து ஃபஸ்ட்டு 5 monthsல. அதில் 1.56 crores இஸ் ஒன்லி எலக்ட்ரானிக்ஸ். ஓகே, அது ஸ்ரீபெரும்புத்தூருங்கிற இடத்துல இருந்து தான் எலக்ட்ரானிக்ஸ். இப்போ நீங்கள் இதே ட்ரெயினில் இது ட்ரெயின் கனெக்டிவிட்டி முடிஞ்சிச்சுன்னா ஒரு 20 minutesல நீங்கள் போய் அந்த ஃபேக்ட்ரியை பார்க்கலாம். புகுந்தமல்லியில் இறங்கிட்டீங்கன்னா 20 minutesல. ஸோ நான் என்ன சொல்ல வரேன்னா, இப்போ ப்ரெசென்ட் இதில் வந்து ஒரு சர்டிஃபிகேஷன் ப்ரோக்ராம், ESDM சர்டிஃபிகேஷன் ப்ரோக்ராம் நம்ம இந்த காலேஜில் லான்ச் பண்ணால் 100% யூ பீப்புள் வில் கெட் பிளேஸ்ட். 100%. ஐம் டெல்லிங் யூ. ஏன் கேட்குறேன்னா, டைனமிக்காக கொஞ்சம் மாறுது. ப்ளீஸ் கோ டு லிங்க்டின் ஆர் அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்ட் வாட் இஸ் ஹேப்பனிங் அரௌண்ட் யூ. என்ன நம்மளை சுற்றி என்ன நடக்குதுன்னு பாருங்கள். நிறைய எலக்ட்ரானிக்ஸில் வந்து there is a huge boom on semiconductor and electronics. இதுதான் நெக்ஸ்ட் பிக் ஏரியா விச் இஸ் கோயிங் டு டைனமிக்கலி சேஞ்ச் ஆக போகுது. இதில் வந்து வேகன்சிஸ் ரொம்ப ரொம்ப அதிகம். டாடா எலக்ட்ரானிக்ஸ் ஆகட்டும், இதாகட்டும், எல்லாத்துலேயுமே there is a huge investment. நேத்தி 13 கம்பெனிக்கு கவர்மெண்ட் ஆஃப் இந்தியா has given approval. EMS நேத்தி அப்ரூவல் கொடுத்துருக்காங்க. அதனால் என்ன சொல்ல வரேன், that we can do. If finally that if anyone want to get a global certification, okay, we have a host of courses we can launch. I told already, promised to sir, I can bring in Cognizant, I can bring in Microsoft, Google, Snowflakes, எல்லா கம்பெனியும் பிளாட்ஃபார்மில் கொண்டு வந்து ensure that every student gets the certification which is need of the hour. ஓகே, MongoDBன்னு ஒரு கம்ப்யூட்டர் சைன் அப் பண்ணியிருக்கோம். DBMS பிளாட்ஃபார்மு எவ்வளோ பேருக்கு தெரியும் தெரியல. இன்றைக்கி மோஸ்ட் ஃபாஸ்டஸ்ட் க்ரோயிங் DBMS பிளாட்ஃபார்ம் இன் த வேர்ல்ட். ஓகே, அந்த கோர்சஸும் we can give you. சேல்ஸ்ஃபோர்ஸ் கோர்ஸ் கொடுக்குறோம். we have a list of courses. எதுவுமே நீங்கள் ரொம்ப செலவு பண்ண வேண்டாம். முக்கால்வாசி ஆல்மோஸ்ட் 80% we will absorb the cost. ஒரு 20% மினிமல் தான் நீங்கள் கொடுக்க வேண்டி வரும். ஸோ which is just for பேசிக் சர்வீசஸ்க்காக தான். மற்றபடி we will give you maximum free. Please take those courses. இதெல்லாம் it will change the bandwidth or thought of each and every student. நான் ஏன் இவ்வளோ கான்ஃபிடென்ட்டாக I am confirming you. I am not as a CEO of this company. I am confirming you that I can we can change yourselves in a big way. அந்த கமிட்மெண்ட்டோட தான் நான் சொல்கிறேன். இன்னொன்று ஃபைனலாக என்னென்னா, we are housed in IITM Research Park. Okay, there are some courses available with IIT Madras. That courses we will see that last time also I told the secretary sir that why not we sign up with IIT Madras Research Park. That is MOU. No, probably that since I am housed there, probably students ஒரு வாட்டி விசிட் வந்து நீங்கள் அங்கே கூட்டிகிட்டு வந்தீங்கன்னா nothing like that. That is one. Second point is திங்னா ஒரு கிட்டத்தட்ட ஒரு 400 கம்பெனி அங்கே இருக்குது. அதில் ஃபின்டெக் கம்பெனிஸும் கொஞ்சம் இருக்குது. என்ன கிரிட்டிக்கல் பாயிண்ட் எனக்கு எந்த வருஷம் என்ன ஐ வுட் லைக் டு டூ ஃபார் ஈச் அண்ட் எவ்ரி ஸ்டூடெண்ட் இஸ் தட் ஒரு லைவ் ப்ராஜெக்ட் இன்டர்ன்ஷிப் வி ஹவ் டு டூ ஃபார் ஆல் த ஸ்டூடெண்ட் irrespective of any discipline you are there, irrespective of the interest they have. That is something that cautiously I will work. Ensure that every student gets a unique internship. Okay, and the unique internship will result them in a good placement. So placement is something that we will concentrate for you this year and ensure that each and every student is able to get placed in a very very proper way, in a fashion manner. அது நான் பண்ணுறேன். ரெண்டாவது, ஒரு visit to IITM Research Park will also help the institution to set up certain center of excellence here. So a lot of things IIT Madras has done investment. They already got that center of excellence. Everything is available. All is that you have to bring it and keep it as a model. That's all you should do. A lot of startups also are there. That is something that we will commit. So as I reforming the commit, definitely we will do a placement fair, job fair, exclusively for this institution, for all of you. Whoever is there now looking for a job now, we will definitely do it. நான் நல்ல ஒரு கம்பெனிஸை கூட்டிகிட்டு வரோம். We will ensure that all of you are getting a decent offer. So at least it will change your life. Something we will start with a good livelihood. அதை நாங்கள் வந்து I think that will ensure. So these are the fine things I thought, because most of them are spoken or experts and I am very humbled to see them because they are more knowledgeable than me. I think இவங்கள்ட்ட நீங்கள் கேட்குறதே ஒரு பெரிய விஷயம். Each and every person, I need not, if you Google around and see the people, they are way ahead of me. ஸோ நான் ஒன்றுமே இல்லை. பட் இவங்கெல்லாம் பேசுகிறது நீங்கள் கேட்டதே இட்ஸ் a big thing. பிகாஸ் இவங்கள பார்க்குறதே, கொஞ்சம் பேரை பார்க்குறதே இஸ் நாட் வெரி ஈஸி. இல்லை சில ஸ்பீக்கர்ஸ்லாம் இன்றைக்கி தான் நான் பார்த்துருக்கேன் ஃபஸ்ட் டைம். பட் ஐ வேர்ட் ஆஃப் தேம் டுடே ஒன்லி ஐ மெட் தேம் டுடே. ஸோ அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு இது இருக்குது. இன்னொரு இம்பார்ட்டன்ட் பாயிண்ட் என்ன சொல்ல வரேன்னா, யூ ஆர் இன் அ வெரி ரைட் இன்ஸ்டியூஷன், நல்ல குட் இன்ஸ்டியூஷன். நீங்கள் வந்து இன்ஸ்டியூஷனை வந்து கம்பேரே பண்ணாதீங்க. ஓகே, Avichi College has got its own standing. இந்த இன்ஸ்டியூஷனும் மற்ற இன்ஸ்டியூஷனும் கம்பேர் பண்ணாதீங்க. தி இன்ஸ்டிடியூஷன் யூ ஆர் கமிங், எப்படி நம்மளுடைய அவுட்புட்டை வெளியே கொண்டு வரதுங்கிறதா நீங்கள் கான்சென்ட்ரேட் பண்ணணும். அந்த யூனிவர்சிட்டி பெருசாக இருக்குது, இது பெருசாக இருக்குன்னு நினைக்கக்கூடாது. இந்த இன்ஸ்டிடியூஷனில் அவுட்புட் எப்படி வெளியே கொண்டு வரணும், நம்ம எப்படி வெளியே ஷைன் ஆகணுங்கிறது தான் ஒரு இம்பார்ட்டன்ட் பாயிண்ட் யூ ஷுட் டேக். ஆல் ஆஃப் யூ ஆர் இன் அ ஸ்டூடெண்ட் ஜேர்னி. டிஃபிகல்ட்டிஸ் இருக்கும், நிறையா பேசுகிறாங்களே, போர் அடிக்குதே அப்படின்னு இருக்கும். இதெல்லாம் ஒரு ஸ்டூடெண்ட் ஜேர்னியில் இருக்கக்கூடிய விஷயங்கள் தான், தப்பு நான் சொல்லலை. ஆனால் இன்னைக்கு ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டிஸ் ஆர் வெரி வெரி பிளென்ட்டியாக இருக்குது. லாட் ஆஃப் ஏஐ பேஸ்டு கோர்சஸ் நிறையா லான்ச் பண்ணுறோம், நாங்களே லான்ச் பண்ணுறோம். நீங்கள் எதுவுமே வேற எங்கேயுமே அலைய வேண்டாம். ஒன் ஸ்டாப் ஷாப் மாதிரியே 30 பார்ட்னர் கோர்சஸ் ஐ எம் ஹேவிங் இட் வித் மீ. நீங்கள் எதுக்குமே உங்கள் பேரண்ட்ஸ் கிட்ட பைசா வாங்கி வெளியே செலவே பண்ண வேண்டாம். ஐசிடி அகாடமிக்குன்னு கோஆர்டினேட்டர் இருக்காங்க, இவங்களை பார்த்துருக்கீங்களா? இவங்கள மேடம் No, you have to turn. She is the coordinator for ICT Academy from your college and he is from my staff. நீங்கள் இவங்களை மட்டும் நீங்கள் ப்ரெஷர் பண்ணால் போகிறோம். ஓகே, all is set, all the students here should actually pester her because இவங்க தான் எங்களுக்கு பாலமாக இருக்காங்க. பிகாஸ் நாங்கள் சொல்லக்கூடிய இன்ஃபர்மேஷனில் இவங்களுக்கு தான் புஷ் பண்ணுறோம், எல்லாமே இவங்களுக்கு தான் அனுப்புகிறோம். ஸோ நீங்கள் என்ன பண்ணுங்கன்னா, எங்களுக்கு இருக்கிற கோர்சஸை நாங்கள் சொன்னதுக்கப்புறம் நீங்கள் மேடமை கேளுங்க. ஐ வில் லான்ச் ஃபார் எவ்ரி ஸ்டூடெண்ட். You get certified. I will 100%, I will promise you, if you are a MongoDB certified associate certificate in வாங்கினீங்கன்னா கன்ஃபார்ம்டாக வேலை கிடைக்கும். You can just go to Google and see MongoDB freshers எவ்வளோ பேர் வேணுங்கிறது நீங்களே நெட்டில் போட்டு இப்போயே கூகுள் பண்ணி பாருங்கள். All e-commerce companies in India, all financial services company in India take MongoDB certified people only. Lot of எல்லாம் நீங்கள் ஸ்விக்கி, ஜொமேட்டோ எந்த கம்பெனி போனாலும் பேக் எண்டில் MongoDB தான் யூஸ் பண்ணுறாங்க. LIC is planning to go to MongoDB. SBI is planning to go to MongoDB. MongoDB is agentic pattern, very இதெல்லாம் தெரிஞ்சுக்கணும். அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு பார்ட்னரோடையும் ஒர்க் பண்ணுறோம். அந்த பார்ட்னர் கோர்சஸ் மட்டும் நீங்கள் இதுக்கு நான் இப்போ கொடுக்குற கோர்சஸ் ஏஐ சென்ட்ரிக் கோர்சஸ்க்கு ப்ரீவியஸ் எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ் வேண்டாம், கோடிங் நாலேஜ் வேண்டாம். You don't require anything on technical knowledge. All is that you have to just learn yourself. Everything system will do for you. My humble request to you that I am giving you everything in a platter. My words or my actions will definitely change everyone's life. I am 100% sure on that. If anybody is interested to become a Group 1 officer or UPSC officer, anybody wants to become, anyone can raise hand. If anyone want to try Aspire, numbers may be little or big. I don't know, I think Mr. Nandakumar has come here, I suppose. I already told secretary last time also that I will ask Mr. Nandakumar IRS to come once again here. I think we have to desperately start that training center, sir. The government training center நம்ம ஆரம்பிக்கணும். I don't know எவ்வளோ பேர் நீங்கள் கூகுள் பண்ணி எவ்வளோ பேர் அந்த எம்ப்ளாய்மெண்ட் நியூஸ் பேப்பரை வாங்குறீங்கன்னு தெரியல. ஜஸ்ட் எனக்காக காலேஜில் நீங்கள் எம்ப்ளாய்மெண்ட் நியூஸ் பேப்பர் வாங்குங்க. லாஸ்ட் 3-4 months பேக் SBI was asking fresher 30,000 people. பிகாம் தான் ஒரே குவாலிஃபிகேஷன், 30,000 பேர் கேட்டாங்க வேலைக்கு. எந்த இன்ஸ்டியூஷன் 30,000 பேர் வேலை இன்னைக்கு கொடுக்கல. 30,000 பேர் ஒரே ஒரு இன்ஸ்டியூஷன் கேட்டாங்க, டிஜிட்டல் பேங்கிங் ஸ்பெஷலிஸ்ட். வி ஆர் டாக்கிங் அபவுட் ஃபின்டெக். ஓகேங்களா? அதனால எம்ப்ளாய்மெண்ட் நியூஸ் வாங்கி லைப்ரரியில் வச்சுட்டா நீங்கள் கோத்ரூ பண்ணி பாருங்கள், எவ்வளோ ஒரு பப்ளிக் செக்டர் பேங்க்லேயும் எவ்வளோ கவர்மெண்ட் இன்ஸ்டிடியூஷன்ஸ்லையும் எவ்வளோ வேகன்சி இருக்குதுன்னு பாருங்கள். யூ ப்ளீஸ் அப்ளை. You are definitely, you can get it. If any of the students showing interest, I will definitely convince Secretary Sir to open that center here. Experts நிறைய பேர் வெளியே இருக்காங்க who can come and change your life. நந்தகுமார் ஐஆர்எஸ்ங்கிறோடைய வீடியோ எடுத்து பாருங்க. I am working very very closely with him. He is a child labor. He is a dyslexia patient. இந்த odds எல்லாம் பண்ணி he has cleared his UPSC in a goal as a gold medalist. அவரோட ஸ்டோரி பாருங்க, ரொம்ப இன்ஸ்பைரிங் ஸ்டோரி. இந்தியன் பாப்புலேஷன்ல 120 crore பாப்புலேஷன்ல 12 கோடி 12 crores ஆஃப் த பாப்புலேஷன் ஹஸ் சீன் இஸ் வீடியோ. 12 கோடி மக்கள் ஒரு வீடியோ பார்த்துருக்காங்க. தோல்விக்கு என்ன பயமேன்னு ஒரு வீடியோ இருக்கு. இந்த வீடியோ பாருங்க. நான் கூட ஒர்க் பண்றேன். ஐ ஆம் டெல்லிங் யூ, நான் அந்த மாதிரி ஒருத்தரை பார்த்துருக்கவே முடியாது. ஒரே ஒரு சிம்பிள் ஷார்ட் வித் திஸ் ஐ வில் ஃபினிஷ் மை ஸ்பீச். எ பர்சன் வாஸ் நாட் கான் டு ஸ்கூலிங்கே போல. அவர் டைரெக்டாக 8th போனார், 8th 10th போனார், +2 போனார். அப்போ ஒரு மாடல் இருந்தது ஸ்டேட் கவர்மெண்ட்டில், ESLC, SLC அண்ட் HSCன்னு போனார். He didn't get an admission, he didn't have any English vocabulary கிடையாது. He went and joined Ambedkar Government Arts College for the BA English Literature. முடிச்சாரு, வேலை கிடைக்கல. தென் he joined MA. அப்புறம் வேலை கிடைக்கல. அதுக்கப்புறம் வந்து he wrote the NDA exam, National Defense Academy exam எழுதி he was supposed to join as a commissioned officer in the St. Thomas Mount. He went there. போகக்கூடிய ஒரு 5 minutes to 10 minutes vicinity-ல he met with an accident. Okay, he got admitted in the hospital, ராயப்பேட்டை ஹாஸ்பிட்டல்ல. அப்போ வந்து பக்கத்து பெட்டுக்கு வந்தவர் ஒருத்தர் வந்து சொன்னாரு, why not you try to become an UPSC officerன்னு சொன்னாங்க. he wrote, he tried, he wrote. அப்போலாம் கோச்சிங் சென்டர் எதுவுமே கிடையாது. he wrote and he cleared his IAShip in the very very first attempt. கோல்ட் மெடலிஸ்ட். நம்ம லைஃப்பை நினச்சி பாருங்க, இந்த மாதிரி பீப்புள் லைஃப்பை நினச்சி பாருங்க, ரெண்டுமே வேற வேற காயின். சத்தியமா நம்ம இருக்கிறது ரூஃப் எல்லாம் இல்லாமல் ஒரு சைல்ட் லேபராக ஒரு சைக்கிள் கடையில் பஞ்சரை ஓட்டிட்டு இருந்தவர் டுடே இஸ் அ கமிஷன் ஆஃப் இன்கம் டேக்ஸ் எக்ஸம்ஷன்ஸ் இன் குஜராத். ரிலையன்ஸ் ஃபவுண்டேஷன், அதானி ஃபவுண்டேஷன் இவங்களுடைய ஃபைல்ஸை வந்து கிளியர் பண்ணுறது அவர். சச் அ மேன் இஸ் சிட்டிங் தேர். நான் ஏன் சொல்கிறேன்னா, நான் அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு மக்களோட தான் நான் பழகிறேன், அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு பீப்புளை தான் நான் பார்க்குறேன். நான் இருக்கிற ஐஐடி ரிசர்ச் பார்க் ஸ்டார்ட் அப்பில் உங்களை மாதிரி யூத்தை தான் பார்க்குறேன். அந்த பசங்களாம் ஒன்றுமே இல்லாமல் வந்தவங்களாம் இன்றைக்கி எப்படி இருக்காங்கிறது ஐ எம் சீயிங், விட்னஸிங் எவ்ரி டே. ஐ எம் சீயிங் சோ மெனி கவர்மெண்ட் ஆஃபீஸர்ஸ் ஒன்றுமே இல்லை. அவங்க கம்பேர் பண்ணால் அவங்க லைஃப் எல்லாம் வந்து சம்திங் டெரிபிள். ஒன்றுமே இல்லை. நீங்கள் இப்போ பாருங்கள், இப்போ இந்த யூபிஎஸ்சி எக்ஸாமோ டிஎன்பிஎஸ்சி எக்ஸாமில் பாஸ் பண்ணுறவங்க பேர், அவங்களோட ப்ரொஃபைல்லாம் படித்து பாருங்கள், ஒன்றுமே இல்லை. ஒருவேளை சாப்பாடு கூட வழி இல்லாதவங்க இன்னைக்கு கலெக்டர்ஸாக இருக்காங்க. ரொம்ப ரொம்ப புவரஸ்ட் ஆஃப் த புவர். பேசிக் எஜுகேஷன்லாம் எப்படி கடிச்சு எப்படி முன்னேறி வந்திருக்காங்கன்னு நினச்சி கூட பார்க்க முடியாது. அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு பீப்புளாக நான் பார்த்துட்டு இருக்கேன். ஒன் ஸ்பார்க் ஆர் ஒன் ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டி வில் மேக் யூ அ சேஞ்ச். ஐம் 100% ஷூர். இன்னைக்கு வந்து யூத் ஆர் வெரி வெரி பவர்ஃபுல். வாட் ஐ saw my life earlier during my education, what I am seeing in now on the development is something enormous. அதெல்லாம் என்ன சொல்ல வரேன்னா, நீங்கள் இதில் கான்ஃபிடென்ட்டை லூஸ் பண்ண வேண்டாம். வெதர் யூ கெட்டிங் அ லோ மார்க்ஸ், ஹை மார்க்ஸ் இஸ் டிஃப்ரெண்ட் மேட்டர். பட் இந்தியா, we are reaching the Viksit Bharat goal 2047. Developments in India is something going tremendous. ஒரு ஸ்ரீபெரும்புத்தூர் பூந்தமல்லியிலேருந்து ஓசூர் வரைக்கும் இஃப் யூ ஹவ் ட்ராவல்ட் ரீசென்ட்லி, ஜஸ்ட் சி ரைட் அண்ட் லெஃப்ட், எவ்வளோ ஃபேக்ட்ரி இருக்குது தெரியுங்களாங்க. அங்கே டோட்டல் பீப்புள் ஹூ ஆர் ஒர்க்கிங் 90% is women. 90% of the force is women. விமன் தான் அதிக ஒர்க் ஃபோர்ஸ். அங்கே கிட்டத்தட்ட அந்த இடத்துல மட்டுமே 5 லட்சம் பேர் வேலை பண்ணுறாங்க. 5 lakhs people are working. 4.5 lakhs people are women. That is a force. அவ்வளோ வந்து ஒரு ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டி இந்தியாவில் இருக்குது. ஈச் அண்ட் எவ்ரி ஒன் ஆக்சுவலி கேன் கெட் அ குட் ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டி. லாட் ஆஃப் கோர்சஸ் அவைலபிள். நீங்கள் எங்கேயும் தேட வேண்டாம். ஐ ஸ்டில் பிளெட்ஜ். I'm not trying to market. I'm trying to give the reality to you. ஒரு சிம்பிளாக அம்பிளாக நாங்கள் இருக்கிற கோர்சஸை நீங்கள் எடுத்துக்கோங்க. I'll ensure that every one of you are globally certified. And I promise sincerely that I will bring in the good number of companies here. Ensure that we will also get your dream offer. Okay, எவ்வளோ பேர் அன்ஸ்டாப்னு ஒரு வெப்சைட்டை யூஸ் பண்ணுறீங்க? Have you ever seen this website called Unstop? அன்ஸ்டாப்னு ஒரு வெப்சைட் யாராவது பார்த்துருக்கீங்களா? இப்போ பார்க்கலன்னா நோ இஷ்யூ. Just to go and register yourself in Unstop. Unstopனு ஒரு வெப்சைட் இருக்கு. அதில் உள்ள போனீங்கன்னா ஒரு கிட்டத்தட்ட 500 ஹேக்கத்தான்ஸ் இருக்கும். 50,000 வேகன்சிஸ் இருக்கும் ஃப்ரெஷர்ஸ்க்கு. எவ்வளோ? 50,000. ஆல் இஸ் செட். நான் வந்து ஐ வில் டெல் யுவர் மேனேஜ்மெண்ட் பர்சன் டு கெட் தட் அக்கௌண்ட் ஃபார் இன்ஸ்டியூஷன். ஓகே, அதுவும் டெல்லியில் தான் இருக்காங்க அந்த ஆஃபீஸ். எங்கள் ஆஃபீஸ் பக்கத்து பில்டிங் தான் அங்கே டெல்லியில். அதில் நீங்கள் போனீங்கன்னா யூ கேன் கீப் ஆன் அப்ளைங் ஃபார் ஹேக்கத்தான்ஸ் ஆன்லைன், இன் பர்சன். ஒன்று. ரெண்டாவது, உங்களுக்கு ஏற்ற மாதிரி டொமைன்லேயே லிங்க்டினுக்கு ஈக்குவலாக இருக்குது அந்த சைட். ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸும் அதிகமாக பார்க்கக்கூடிய சைட் இது. கிட்டத்தட்ட எனி பாயிண்ட் ஆஃப் டைம் க்ளோஸ் டு 1 million to 2 million ஹிட்ஸ் எப்பயுமே இருக்கும். ரொம்ப ஃபேமஸான சைட் அது அன்ஸ்டாப்பு. யூ சி தேர். அதில் எல்லாமே வேகன்சிஸ் இருக்குது. உங்களுக்கு தேவையான டேட்டா அனலிட்டிக்ஸ் இருக்கும். உங்களுக்கு வந்து பிகாம் ஃபினான்ஷியல் இது சம்மந்தப்பட்டதும் இருக்குது. ஏகப்பட்ட வேகன்சிஸ் இருக்குது. ஸோ நான் ஏன் சொல்கிறேன்னா, இந்த மாதிரி பல அன்னோன் ட்ரெஷர்ஸ் ஆர் அவைலபிள். நான் வந்து உங்களை வந்து பிளேம் பண்ணல ஏன் தெரியலன்னு. நான் இதெல்லாம் ஐ வில் ட்ரை டு கன்சாலிடேட் அண்ட் கிவ் இட் யுவர் மேனேஜ்மெண்ட். பட் இட்ஸ் நீட் ஆஃப் தவர் டு மேக் சம் இன்வெஸ்ட்மெண்ட்ஸ் ஃபார் யூ ஃப்ரம் அஸ். நாங்கள் இண்டஸ்ட்ரி பேஸில் உங்களுக்கு என்ன இன்வெஸ்ட் பண்ணலாங்கிறது தான் என்னுடைய தாட் இருக்குது. I will pledge and I promise that I will ensure that delivery happens to you. Ensure that each and every student you are sitting with dreams. அவங்க பேரண்ட் ஒரு ஆஸ்பிரேஷனில் definitely I will ensure that you will fulfill it and come with us a big people. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, for your valuable insights. Now it is time to felicitate our chief guest, Mr. Srikanth, sir. May I now request our Honorable Secretary, Mr. AVMK Shanmugam, sir, our Conclave Director, Mr. Ramkumar, sir, and Dr. N. Bhuma, ma'am, to felicitate our chief guest. Thank you, sir. Kindly take your seats. We now move to a moment of celebration and recognition, the Symposium Prize Distribution. May I now invite Ms. Danya from 3rd year B.Sc department to take over the stage.
A very good afternoon, everyone. As we continue this day of learning and celebration, I'm delighted to share that alongside the Conclave, our Department of Computer Application has successfully hosted Innovex 26, an inter-college symposium filled with exciting technical and non-technical events, from UI designing and rapid hack to poster fusion, artistic hands, and more. Now it's time to honor the winners who showcase their talent and creativity. For the prize distribution ceremony, I respectfully invite Ms. Valyame ma'am, head of the Department of Computer Application, onto the stage. Now to honor the winners, I invite Mr. Srikanth sir, Mr. Ramkumar, Director of the Conclave, Mr. AVMK Shanmugam, our esteemed Secretary, along with our Principal, Dr. N. Bhuma ma'am, to kindly honor the winners. Firstly goes to the rapid hack, which is the hackathon. The first prize goes to Karthik and Madhuram from the College of Ishwari Engineering College. And the second prize goes to Priyanka J from Etiraj College for Women. Sanjavi and Priyanka J from Etiraj College for Women. Next goes for the cricket bit. Winners from Loyola College, Santana, Kishore, Balamurgan and Sharan. Thank you. Then the most awaited trophy, which is the overall winner, goes to the College of Meenakshi Academy of Higher Education and Research. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Congratulations to the winners. Kindly take your seats.
I never knew that there are colleges from other students from other colleges also come. My humble request to you is that over and above the Avichi College, other students who came here for this particular conference, please register your names here so that when I do the job fair, only you people attend. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir. I now invite our Honorable Secretary, Mr. AVMK Shanmugam, sir, to deliver the valedictory remarks. Please, sir, the stage is yours.
Good evening to all the participants, and Hari Om to all the Avichi College participants. Hari Om. Yeah, it's loud, yes. As the day comes to an end, the Fintech's current year comes to an end. We have next 4 years coming up. So this is like, in serial, they come in the end, Thodarum. So we have the Thodarum will be here, the end of the program. So I'd like to say this will definitely continue. The next year we will await it, and we'll have the same team hosting us and doing it. And I'd like to make it short and just like to have my thanks to the people who have done the see, we just imagined this, okay? To bring an imagination into reality is something wonderful. It is just that Mr. Bala had stated, let's do a fintech, and immediately Dr. Booma came and told me, let's do it. Then we spoke to Mr. Ram, let's do it. Everybody said yes, 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 yes. And I said, yes, let's go ahead with it. And that's what today is about. I must primarily thank Mr. Bala for having said that and been through the entire process of getting all the guests over. He's got a special affinity towards our college. From day one, I started, and he's been very close to me and the way he works. And today he had even Mrs. Sangeeta, who is his wife, who came here. The entire family has been in support with us, and it's been wonderful. We were in holiday in Ooty for 2 days. He just came there, and the entire time he spent on what is to be done to your students of Avichi College. The whole 2 days, I mean, apart from other small things we spoke of, but the whole thing was, say, ipdi pannalam sir, apdi pannalam sir, ipdi pannalam sir. He was literally dreaming and living the college for 2 days when he was with me there in Ooty. I told principal about it. He's completely involved with us, and he wants to contribute something for your students. See, there's something happening in this place. I can only tell you that. Everything is happening for the benefit of the next generation. See, my grandfather had always said, he was not educated. He only studied till the 8th form. Okay, Mr. AVM. That's his photograph. He is known as AVM. Your generation may not know him, but he started this AVM Productions, which became an all-India brand. We had AVM Studios and all that. But education was a very primary aspect of his life. Any student who came, finished my school, enna padikka pora, higher education enna panna pora. He was very keen on it. He supported students who were financially not doing well from AVM charities. The proceeds of the Kalyan Mandapam went into support of a lot of students. One of them I remember, I'm sure sir will know, Namakal coming here. His son Raja came and said, I want to study. And he wanted to go to US. Grandfather paid him the money to go there to study and did everything. And when he came back, he was employed in Ford Motor Company. So he was so particular that education changes lives. In today's world, education changes life. I thank my complete people who are supporting me in this cause. And there is something happening over here where I feel my grandfather is alive and taking care of all of you. It's very emotional for me when sometimes when I think about it, because I'm not doing it. He is doing it through me. That's all I can say. We are very clear. It is just not for Avichi, but we want other colleges to come and participate in every aspect. Like when Mr. Prakash does his programs in Viscom, we have all colleges coming here. Today it is just not Avichi, but other colleges. I'm very happy. We have got about 80 participants from outside today, and we hope the numbers grow up much more. We couldn't accommodate a lot more people. I think I was told that they were sitting up. I don't know whether they are or what. I'm not too clear about it, but that's it. The next thing is Mr. Ram. Day one, I started this college. I told him we are starting. We've had a college meeting. He said, I will come. He was the first mentor to come in to the college. The same place where we are sitting was just a basic hall then. It was a tin sheet, and we had a stage, a makeshift stage over there. And in that stage, the founder principal was there. Mr. Ram stood there and said, we requested him to be a mentor. He bought an entire class of mine to come here. Till today, we have got the mentor to the principal, who happens to be Mr. T.S. Tirumurthy. Everyone was brought in by Mr. Ram, and we have a whole lot of them coming in and supporting the faculty of the college. Thank you so much, Mr. Ram. I would also like to say that this year he wanted to do the AI agentic program, and he had completely done the basis of this program. And on that day, the first bomb fell into Dubai. And from then there were continuous bombing. He just could not come here to Chennai to do it. You won't believe he was online over there watching the entire show and directing it from Dubai. Thank you so much, Mr. Ram, for your passion. He is just doing it for the next generation. Thank you so much, sir. Third comes my friend, Mr. T.S. Tirumurthy. We were in college together. All of us were together in college. He was one row in front of me. And we were not front benchers. We were all back benchers. I was sitting in the last row in class. Thiru was only one row in front of me. But as an IFS officer, he literally rose up. He was in Gaza Strip when the initial Palestine issue started off. He was there. He was in all troubled areas. Finally, when the war broke out between Pakistan and India, he was in the UN. We used to watch his articles every day, and we used to appreciate him. That was Thiru, and today he mentors our principal. Everything, anything, there's a call, Sir Dipanlama. And even today's program, he was very clear. Students should do this, students should do this. He's always student-centric, and he supports the students. So thank you very much, Thiru, for coming and always being with us. Mr. Bala had set up a beautiful panel of speakers. To start off with, it was Mahesh Ramachandran, he has been earlier to the premises. Whatever he spoke was so informative to me personally. So it started off with a beautiful note. Thank you very much, Mr. Mahesh. And Mr. Lenin Venu, very beautifully spoken. And thank you so much for it. Then came The Future of Banking by Jubran Siddiq. He's been very closely associated with us, with the principal in particular. We have a lot of new things we are planning to do, futuristic for the next generation. He's been working very closely with the principal. I personally thank you, Mr. Jubran, for being with us all the time. And then we had the panelist, Mr. Vetrivelan from the top four companies, the top four, the big four companies. We had him, and he was very informative. He promised to work with us closely. And yes, thank you so much, Mr. Vetrivelan. Mr. Srinivas Lingam, panelist, and Gopinath, panelist. Thank you so much for being with us. Then we had a friend of mine, very recently met, Mr. Gansha Mahuja. He did this program from Singapore. He is doing very well supporting the Indian community over there. He's from Nagpur, how he rose from an ordinary schoolboy in Nagpur to have taken over today's doing huge big business. He's taken over a company. He was telling me in detail about how he took over a company in Chennai, and he's closely associated, and he was very warm, and he has promised to come here. Thank you very much, Mr. Ghanshyam Ahuja. And for the fireside chat, Casey, my friend of 40 years, we've been together. I've seen him raise. I've not, we have all been hearing of Phoenix. The first time I saw him, he was about 25, 26. He was in a BMW car, 7 Series car. In Singapore, it's not easy to do it. He was running an institution in 2 acres of land given by the Singapore government. He was doing a distance education with the London School of Economics. I was shocked to see, because every class was like this, well furnished, well groomed, and everything was computerized. I'm talking about way back those days, and how he took up his career. He did have a downfall, but he rose back. He went back to study at the age of 50. He went to the university where his children were studying in one class, he was studying in another. They don't see this, this discrimination, of I am so, my daughter is so, my son is so. He went to school, he studied all over in college, he got his additional degrees, he came back here, he's now doing a multitask thing in Chennai. And after the meeting we had a long chat here, what he can contribute to students. So it's nice that we are getting people from the industry world over coming and talking to us. He said, I'm going to US, but I will come back here to Chennai. I will definitely come to college more often. I will support you kids. So that is wonderful having him over. Then we had some Mrs. Sangeeta Bala. Bala was very clear. Sangeeta is a big technocrat, and his wife, and they run together. They run the STRATINFINITY, and they work very closely with us initially, and then for 3-4 years they were working. She was working very closely with principal. So it is like a family coming back again. And she had done with Mr. Nathan, Mr. Avinash Kans, Mr. Satyanarayana, Mr. Venugopal, the panelists. A wonderful talk show by both of all of them. And once again, the fire chat with Mr. Vijay Rajagopalan and Udaya Shankar's TED Talk. You've seen all that. Thank you so much to both of you. Then the final digital structure, Mr. Ramkumar was a moderator. We had Shaila Ban from Reserve Bank of, am I allowed to say it? Reserve Bank of India. Yes. Normally we don't get, but we were lucky to get her today. And in fact, last year, I think we had the DGM come here. So we work it's so nice that they send their people to talk to your students. So thanking the Reserve Bank particularly for doing it. Then we had Mr. Balasubramaniam, Mr. Ayyappan once again from the Big Four, and Srikanth from ICT. I'm sorry, we had all these members. Sir, particular thanks to you, sir, Mr. Srikanth. It's been a wonderful relationship we have had with sir, and we are special to you, sir, and you're special to us, sir. Our relationship goes up. It's a beautiful relationship we share. Thank you so much for the support. See, we have one eye is Bala, the other eye is Mr. Srikanth. So thank you so much, sir. Anytime we want guests, anybody, we have RM from that department in our college. We have somebody in our college working for us 24/7. Yes. Yes, as we are the special college. Yes, and we will continue to be the special college of ICT Academy. Yeah, well, we want all of you to come. I'm not particular. We are special. We are very keen on the next generation in education. It's just not Avichi, but all of you are our partner colleges. We work with most of your colleges in different areas. And I must thank my backup people who have been behind this. The principal in particular, Dr. Bhuma. I work late nights, she works early mornings. So my messages to her are all late nights. And then early morning, she messages me when I'm sleeping. So when she is sleeping, I do all the messages. So the whole lot of messages, do this, do that, this. And morning, that, it goes on. So that way we work constantly behind. She just tells somebody and I'll tell her, do it. And then after that, do. I don't think she will let Mr. Srikanth sleep or Mr. Bala sleep, whatever it is. We have to get our job done. And there's no undo bird. Kill somebody, she'll kill and come back. No asking. So that's what people are. And she has a similar team with her. Whatever I instruct and she does, she's got a team who do the same thing. Geeta, where's she? Yes. the commoner of this program who did very well. And Renuka Devi, HOD of Data Science. Okay, she's looking after refreshment. Okay. Mr. Prakash and his team, please, Mr. Prakash. The complete backup, the sound, the lights. Last night we had some major setbacks. Okay. Day before yesterday, we had some major setbacks. All these years we were doing well. Suddenly we had a major setback and we couldn't trace it. Late night we found what it was. Otherwise, we were worried whether the show will go on today because everything is working under Wi-Fi. And the Wi-Fi was not connecting to different equipments at different places to find where what went wrong. They did a real search study and they did it. Wonderful work, Mr. Prakash and your team. We have even alumni coming and working for us, back for us. We don't leave our alumni anywhere. Well, we have Hayat, the designer. Yes, no, how can that's what the icing of the cake. Hayat, all this color matching, everything, the corners little here, corner there, everywhere. It's all done late night. No, get it. I sent it back to him. Last night there was a problem in colors. I sent it back to him. He works 24/7 for me. There's no way he can get out of it. Sridevi, of course, who's done the complete work of the food, the backups, the vehicle pickup, drop, and the whole thing about it. The icing of the cake are two people. I'd like them to stand up before I mention their names. Is Deepastri and Sri Janani. Niroshini, come. Who's that? MC. Oh, yes. Yes, Mr. Ram will tell a lot more about them. I'll end my speech and Ram will take over and he'll complete it. So thank you all. And last but not the least, the icing of the cake, the students of Avichi. And the student council, they're all sitting where? Here she is. Where's the other person? The student council, the presidents, and the entire team of student council. And choir team, yes, the girls who sang in the morning, in the afternoon. And a special thanks to all the Avichians who have been here. Thank you, every one of you, to participate. And thanks for all the other colleges for coming and sitting and being with us. One thing I want to tell you is very clear is this is knowledge, okay? Just keep it in your mind, whatever you're done. See, for you to revise, it's all on YouTube in Avichi's channel. Today's program has gone on live. You can all check on it. You can share with your friends. Let them all see it. Okay, all contents are available online at Avichi's site. Today's program is there. And you can just go and you can YouTube it and you can see it. Please make your notes if you've not done anything over here. It's not easy to get those people's experience that they spoke of. Everyone spoke of their experience, okay? Please, every one of you, please share it with friends because nobody, as Sir said, nobody can get the ensemble of people who came in today. So it took us a long time and a lot of trial and error. We've in between, we had a lot of other programs. In between, principal had to literally jump off the stage saying, "Sir, he's cancelled. No, he's come in. He's cancelled. He's come in." We were on that stage when there was a call, something or the other. It wasn't easy to get all the people today. It went on seamlessly well. Thank you all so much. And particularly these two girls, please come in front. They worked constantly for this. I have to make it clear, it was not easy. There's somebody who's sitting on a line somewhere outside the country. There's somebody here, somebody there. Putting them all together was impossible. Mr. Ram was in a different time zone. Mr. Gansham was in a different time zone, One was ahead of India by about 2.5 hours. The other was behind India. Here's somebody in between, and here she's late night message because I'm in the groups all over all the time. So I keep seeing the messages. There's been progress constantly. Thank you very much for the wonderful work both of you have done. Okay, Mr. Ram, please take over. No, please. Yes, thank you.
I think more than thanking, I should say sorry to both of them. I think we're taking too much of. For the first time, they're doing this. They're coordinated with so many outside industry people, completely new, right? Right from knowing them, calling those kind of people, right? And then continuously following up, being patient, right? It's a completely something. Banking, I think one professor did it, but these two have really surpassed our expectations. Yeah, it's not easy to get to know the industry people, find out their appointment, send a mail. Of course, there'll be some mistakes. I'll keep on telling them this is not the way, that's not the way. Do this, better fine tune it. I used to feel bad sometimes, right? But at the end of the day, they have their own families. But never ever they showed their face or said, no, sir, this is not possible or this is too much. They've always gone ahead, and I should personally thank them. I think they've been the two pillars for this. Of course, guided by the ever-energetic principal was really been of great help. But these, along with other team members, if I've forgotten, I think they've all been behind. But these two have worked as part of the group. We had a fintech group which went on for the last 3 months. Must be hundreds of messages, so many changes, so many refinements to get to this. We can still do better. I'm not saying this is the best. We'll definitely try to do better, all for you. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Yes, on behalf of our secretary, sir, I would like to thank press, media, Nikhil and his whole team for capturing us and going to be on print from tomorrow onwards. So it's going to be the talk of the town for a few days immediately from tomorrow. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for those valedictory thoughts and for your continued guidance and support in making this conclave a grand success. I now request everyone to please raise up for the national anthem rendered by our Avichi choir team.
यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जनगण मंगल दायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे.
Thank you. Kindly be seated. International Fintech Conclave 2026 is not just an ending, it's just beginning. Let's walk this path of success together, and I promise we'll meet again bigger and better at the International Fintech Conclave 2027 Edition 2. And on behalf of the entire organizing team, we wish you a safe journey ahead. Thank you all and have a good day. Thank you.